Yes, I know we're live. I'm trying to get people back in here. We're obviously getting a wave of flat earthers who are too stupid to actually know the Earth is not flat, so they're just going around sniping people now. So, we're going to deal with it. Obviously, you just have to be hyper vigilant now and not let and just anybody in. So, I'll invite people in that we can. Give me a second. Let me mess around with a few things. So, 1 second. Oh, shoot. I'm going to be deleting the other one here. So, 1 second. No, in that sense, having a 2-minute hangout up there. Continuation. Okay. All right, we're all back to normal. Hey, multiple personality. Hey, I got to ask you something. Power of attorney stuff. But maybe later on, just remind me. I'm writing a power of attorney. Yes, that's perfect. By the way, Lamed, yes. See, that's how I like to get the messages. Very easy. Okay, well, we're back to normal. We got more viewers than we had last time. So, anyways, it looks like the flat earthers are out and about. Clearly, these guys are just morons. I mean, they're fucktards that basically don't know jack shit about even basic science. So what they got to do is they go around sniping people because they don't want to have actual dialogues because they don't know anything about the topics. They basically don't know enough about science to even understand why they're wrong. So fuck them. It's easy enough to make a new hangout and just not put out the link. So yeah, John Titor did block me. He said I'm a stupid old man, and then blah blah blah. But you guys can find his actual page. I just blocked him from the internal, but you guys can Google John Titor and find his Google page. Just go ahead and block him. And of course, these other trolls are obviously going to be removed. Obeyed urology. I'm giving you moderator privileges. Can you remove the trolls like Troy? It's not letting me do it at this particular moment. Yeah, John Titor, the time traveler. Yeah, I think he's got a web page. I just saw something like that. You Google John Titor, time traveler, update on Coast to Coast AM. Yeah, just whatever. Fucking block him. Or at least using the same name. But anyways, urology, can you remove the trolls from the live feed? I'm just getting an error message. Lynette, are you in the live feed?
What do you mean live feed? Am I watching the external chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you type something in it so I can give you mods?
Boy, the OSATs are out in force today.
Yeah. Well, they close. I mean, I guess the what is the Flat Earth channel went to shit. They basically have no viewers anymore. I don't think they're even operational right now, are they? And so
I wonder why.
Yeah, because I mean, these idiots have someplace to go, so they're just trolling around. I mean, literally, they're just beyond stupid. So what are you gonna do? So, Uology, do you know how to block people from the live feed? What you do is you click on the little 3 dots and you say block user. There's 3 dots on the next to the name on the right-hand side. You click on that, it'll say remove, report, profile image, report message, block user, put user in timeout. Oh. Who sent me a message? I don't see a message from Emotional Personality. Oh, there you go. Thanks, you, Med. Okay, so I'm going to give you moderator. Dang it, exactly how you do it. Yes. I was waiting for you guys to, yeah, so you guys know how to do it. So when you see the trolls come up, just ban them outright from the live feed so I don't have to like worry about it. No. Oh, on YouTube you sent me a message. Okay, I'll look at it later. Yeah, I've written a power attorney before. I've actually done the whole 9 yards. I'm doing another one. I just had a technical question to ask you on how it relates to conservatorship and executives of a will. So I'll worry about it later. And where's a good site? Because I found a site, but they want to charge for it. I'm like, nah, I don't. I remember writing it last time. I didn't find a site. I had to get like a template from to actually write a power of attorney. But anyways, let's go back on what we were talking about before, which I don't even remember. Not that it really matters. This is again, I don't care. I didn't care we got sniped because this is not really a real excellent hangout. It's just basically we're just shooting the shit. However, that did turn into pretty good actually. When Mowdy here, that turned to be very interesting. So I'm glad that actually probably did get sniped because that ended it at a good point. It's 3 hours. People can watch it and not get overloaded. Because I had so many messages to me today that again they don't like the 8-hour videos, the 6-hour videos, and I understand that, but that's how the hangouts go. And I don't have the time. I don't want to sit there and break it down and say, okay, at this time we're talking about this, this, and this. I don't care enough to do that.
Yeah. So. Plus, if you structure it, it takes out the spontaneity and just makes it a bit boring.
Yeah. And Jim, why would I hire an attorney when I've done this before? I've done my own power attorneys for people. Why spend the money for, no offense to attorneys out there, but yeah, if some things are easily done by yourself, why would you have an attorney to do it? Yes. I know how to do a power of attorney. I had a question on how it relates to the executor of the will.
It's like that old adage, isn't it? Why am I going to pay for rainwater when it falls out of the sky?
Yeah, why pay for bottled water? Go when it's raining, just stick your head up and go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to ask Steve. You might know. Do you know of any websites for like creative writing and stuff where I can post something and link my friends to it, so only people that I want to have access to it can?
Yeah, there's a blog called Blogit.
Blogit. Excellent.
You could also just create a WordPress website.
Oh, WordPress? Yeah, a lot of people use WordPress. But Blogit, I think, is the name of the site that a lot of people do their blogs.
Excellent. I actually tried making one in Wix, was it? And I got about 3 pages in, and it just became so much work because they don't actually have any tools to like rinse repeat pages sort of thing. And so I was having to add all the links myself, and obviously my ADHD kicked in, my hyperfocus was gone, and after that I didn't touch it.
Yeah, try Blogit or WordPress. Yeah.
WordPress. I'll try Blogit first. Actually, seems a bit easier.
I don't use it, so I know of it.
But do you require only certain people to access it, like with the password?
Yeah, only people I give the link to, that would be ideal.
No, that's different, because when you give a link to it, still can be Googled or accessed by other people. If you really want it private, you need something where people need to type a password in order to look at the content. You could
Right.
probably also use Google Docs instead. You know, write a Word document using Google Docs and then share it only with the people that you want via their email. That would be more private.
That would be, but again, the problem with that is emailing like 50 different people one piece of work. And if there was a place I could post it, and giving people a link would be much easier. That's what I'm just trying to figure out at the moment. Like I tried posting it here in the comment, but obviously it's way too long, and you're restricted here to how long comments can be. The only other thing I can think of is just add all you guys to my Facebook and just post it on my Facebook.
Either one, there's many different ways you can do it.
You mean what's too long? Is that the address, the web address that's too long?
No, no,
or
no.
the
The actual work that I did, the little writing that I did today, creative writing I did today, because
Okay.
I thought it came out quite funny, and I just thought you lot could use a laugh right now, so I tried posting it, and it just said message too long to send.
Just create a just I mean WordPress would be really a simple way to do it. So just go to wordpress.com, I think, not the .org, the .com.
Okay,
Create an account, just blog there, and then you can set your posts to be private with a password, and you send the link to your friends with the password.
perfect.
Well, there you go. See, I haven't tried that before.
Thank you very much, my friend.
We have a wealth of information here, right? I mean,
Yeah,
somebody
which is why
somebody knows something about something. If anybody
yeah,
asks, somebody's gonna be able to get an answer to the question. So
that's why I love this place.
I got the best hangouts around, baby. Jim, I sent you the link
Hell,
already.
hell
Check
yeah.
your messages.
So we're talking about flat earthers having OCD behaviors.
Not even OCB. They're just stupid.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it's just. Yeah, I guess what happened was flat Earth debates and flat Earth discussions went under. I guess they're not doing them anymore. So all these people have this jonesing to go other places, but nobody wants them, right? I mean, nobody wants a dumbass flat earther in their hangouts because it's just fucking retarded. So they
The
have
fact that
to
I've
go around
never
just trolling. So
the fact that I've never ever met a flat earther outside of YouTube makes me
nor have
think
I.
that all of them are trolls. It's
No,
just
they're both. They're flat earther and they're trolls, but they do believe in flat Earth. Many of them do, not all of them. I mean, I would say it's not even half and half. I would say that the ones I ran into, it's hard to tell. This is safe for sake of argument, half and half. But yeah, there's a lot of them actually believe flat Earth. But it doesn't matter whether you're trolling or not. If you go around telling people you believe in flat Earth, even if you don't, you're just as dumb as the other ones. Which video you got for us, Jim? Flat Earth Conspiracy 2015. I'll watch it later. I mean, there's so many different things. The story's flat Earth, dude. It's just, I mean, come on. I mean, it's not even worth talking about. It's been destroyed so much.
They always dodge questions. I mean, simple questions, and instead of just answering them, they say, "Oh, do the research."
Yeah. Well, the experiments have already been done. I don't know. I mean, it's fun to watch Reds tear them apart, but at the same time, it's just kind of sad.
He gets into he kind of specializes in ripping them up. So
Yeah, that's his little niche.
Yeah.
Does anybody else get mods in the live feed? Anybody else want? Let's see here. I don't know. I mean, I know some people on here, but I need people that I've known for a very long time, at least a year, to get mods, or usually. Or does I trust? Nobody's even in the live feed anymore. Where'd they all go? The trolls ran off? Aw, poor babies.
Do the flat earthers think that the moon is flat as well?
I don't know if they think it's flat or if it's round and only like 4 miles or 5 miles away. It depends on who you ask. They have so many goddamn stupid convoluted theories. It's ridiculous.
Okay. How do they explain the tides?
Magic.
The center of gravity, time zones, solar clocks.
Yeah, he knows more about this than I do.
Calculation.
Jim is engaged with him much more than I am. I'm sure he's heard every argument out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, urology, you banned. Yeah, urology did his first ban. A ban. Multiple. I sent you the link. You sent me a message. I sent it back to you. I can actually send you a message via instant message too, because I have you on here. So check your instant messages. It's already been sent.
Yeah, I didn't hear mine. I thought mine used to make a noise when someone. Maybe I have it turned off or something. You sent it to me and I didn't know it, and I clicked on the other screen and there it was. So I missed all the fun in the previous video, I guess, Steve. What exactly happened?
You know, we had a great discussion about superstition. It lasted a little over 3 hours, and it was a perfect time to get sniped. So it actually worked out really well. It actually cleaved the video such that we can now move on to other topics without having people go, "Oh, I had to sit through 6 hours of video." So, I mean, this is just a really chill, open hangout. Anybody wants to join us on Columbus Day and Canadian Thanksgiving, so it really is not topical by any means. It's an open hangout. That's why I didn't care if I get the link out. I don't even keep. I may not even keep the hangout.
Cool. Well, we just got hit with one of the worst hurricanes. Even though it was a Category 1, and that's what really fooled a lot of people, because it brought 15 inches of rain in a matter of hours. And then we had 10 inches the previous week. It's fucking chaos. I'm not kidding you. There's roads that are completely washed away, sinkholes. People are still without power and water.
Yeah, Red's had his roof knocked in.
It's bad. And somehow, I don't know how, I never lost power where I'm at. People all around me lost power. I didn't. My water pressure went really low, but I never lost it. But we're on a boil water advisory, so we have to boil the water. But it's been great. I've been like, wow, but it's bad.
I saw the story. I saw the storm from the ISS, and it looked like it was a bitch, man.
It was. That son of a bitch. That damn Hurricane Matthew. My God, that motherfucker was a bastard. They've had over hundreds of water rescues. We've had people. They're still missing. They're swept underwater. This is the worst shit that I've seen. And then we're pretty far inland. I mean, we're about 2 hours from the coast where I'm at, but it went right down. It made landfall in, I think, South Carolina. It just went straight up to us. And in over 40 years of me living in this state, that's the worst I've seen, at least right here, in this area. It's bad. I-95 is completely blocked off. You cannot pass I-95.
Well, in Florida, Florida's so flat to begin with, right? I mean, you got a 1 inch elevation change, and people think you get nosebleeds. I mean, it literally is like at ocean level for the most part.
Yeah.
In Florida.
See, I'm in North Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, you're North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina.
Because Reds was in Florida, and who the hell would want to be in Florida during a hurricane? I mean, literally, it's at ocean level. I mean, water goes up this much. It's all flooded.
Sea level, yeah. Well, and they didn't even get hit. What's funny is it didn't make landfall, but it of course it wrecked their coastline, and that's what really, and of course there's going to be flooding and all that right there, because people build all that shit right next to the damn beach, just going, we're right here, we're not scared. And then they get insurance to pay for it anyway, so it all comes out of taxpayers' pocket.
Hannah had just said, she on the Devon feed said that guy Troy was friends with Outbound and Down, so it doesn't surprise me. If you guys have not blocked Outbound, I am Outbound Unstoppable is the other account that he has. Down Corner, and these guys, then you know what? I'm going to make a new rule, actually, that if you associate with these guys, I'm not going to let you in here. That means Sidney Wilson and Bulldog. I like you guys a lot. I love Bulldog, but I can't trust anybody that even associates with these guys, because I can't afford the possibility of them getting the link. So, because it's a waste of time if they come in to just snipe and whatever.
That's
So,
fucking
I mean, it's not
sad.
a big deal. I mean, it's easy enough to make a new video, but why make it easy for them, right? So, if you associate with I am outbound or down corner, you're not welcome in my hangouts. Because I think you got to be an idiot too, you know. Hey, Veen, you've been around in a while. I haven't seen you in ages. You know, you kind of vanished along with Nadia's channel. Steveocracy, yes. Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's a shame, right? I mean, I like to have open hangouts, and I like to have the ability for people to come and go as they please. But the reality is we can't have that. So it's just, you make do, you know. But anybody else wants to come in, all you got to do is message the link. Yeah, you know what? I don't know why I think I have, do I have Pillbox banned? If not, I should. Why not? I think I don't have Pillbox banned, only for the fact that he's not welcome in my hangout, but I like to see what he actually says to other people, so I haven't blocked him. No, there's nothing totalitarian about it. It's just safety. That's all. I mean, why take the chance of giving out links to people that are going to pass it around with people that are absolutely the bane of the society? Down Corner and I Am Outbound are rejects from the Great Debate community. They're rejects from YouTube. They're rejects from Google Plus. And I gotta mute. So, anyways, yeah, you can't have them in a hangout. I don't know how anybody could sit there and have Down Corner in a hangout. It just boggles my mind. I think I saw him in Xbox's hangout thing or EMK's or somebody. I was like, God, you guys are willing to have him in a hangout? Are you fucking insane? The guy's mental.
I've gotten to the point to where I don't even these hangouts anymore, because every time I'll sit there for damn hours and not say anything, and then as soon as there's a little lull in the conversation, I'll try to say something, and I get muted every time. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not. I mean, if I can't even talk, I mean, you've already let me talk more than I've talked in his hangout, and me being in there 10, 15 times probably.
Yeah, well, most people get a chance to talk in my hangouts. I mean, I don't sit there and shut people down. I want a conversation. So yeah, but I mean, the flat Earth is kind of a dead issue. Have you guys checked out the channels? I mean, are they even running at all? Jim, I mean, is Flat Earth Debates even up and running? Or discussions? Are they just dead, or what happened? I heard this is the story. I'll give you my story, and then you can tell me if it's true or not. I heard they were caught editing videos of the portions that they were getting their ass handed to them, and they were being re-uploaded, and everybody said, fuck this, and they stopped going there.
Sounds about right.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't hear that, but that doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all. I mean, these flat earthers are that's why I hate to think that some of them are just outright completely dishonest. I like to think that they're not as stupid as thinking the actual earth is flat, but they just like to troll, which makes them stupid, but
Yep.
yeah, I've never met a flat earther in my life that had an IQ over room temperature. This has never happened. Maybe there is one. If there is, I've yet to see it.
I concur with that.
Did you say that there is a channel called the Flat Earth Debates?
Yeah, there was Flat Earth Debates and Flat Earth Discussions, and they were running 24 hours. It was owned by the same guy.
Oh, I thought you meant the EMK channel.
No. There's Flat Earth Debates, Flat Earth Discussions, FED for short, and the guy never talked. He could have been a girl too. He never talked. He never got involved in the discussion. He just hosted it, and he would just host it for AdSense, right? So people get money for the ads, and he would run these multiple different channels at once. So basically, if you're making a dollar or two per video or day, whatever, you have multiple channels, so you're making about $5, $6 probably dollars a day. But if you don't get viewers, if you don't get people going to there for the ads, you don't make anything. You 12 cents in a day. Even with 2 channels running, what the hell's the point of having 24 cents? It's not really productive. So I guess what happened, he got down to like 20 viewers consistently, and it's just not worth the time for him. So, I could be wrong. Maybe they're just down temporarily, but I watched their numbers dwindle to nothing.
Most of those will eventually. They'll
have no choice.
They'll go out. Yeah, they have no choice. But the only flat earthers I know are the ones that we interact with all the time. Rand Campbell, Pillbox, Arcane. Who else? There's just a handful of them that I've.
Matt Bell, Veckel, G-Man.
Matt Bell's not a flat earther.
Oh, sorry.
Matt Bell's not a flat earther. He's just a contrarian on every other thing.
He may argue with you just for the hell of it.
I thought you were listening to
flat earther,
CCP
except that
members.
he probably doesn't want to be thought of a complete moron. Everybody thinks Matt Bell's pretty goddamn moronic. He may be smart in some things, but the fact that he goes around just trolling people and wants to cause contention is not very intelligent. So
no.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were listening to CCP members.
No.
Well, Matt Bell, Rational Theist. I don't know whether he's a CCP member or not. It's hard to tell. He will take corrections every so often. He's definitely an honorary CCP, to say the least. Would you guys agree?
I would.
Yeah.
If you don't, tell me.
I think so.
Like Matt Bell's not a contrarian. Matt Bell is the definitive contrarian. He'll even tell you. He'll tell you that he's a contrarian. He'll say to you straight out that he sometimes pulls shit out of his ass and just like to argue.
Yeah, he does.
Of course he does.
Yeah, you can switch your argument to agree with every damn thing he says, and he'll change his argument.
Right in the middle. Yep, exactly. Oh, Free Chan is still
argues for the hell of arguing, and then. But I like how he does that, and he turns around and he stands up on top of the pedestal, and he's like, "Ha ha, I destroyed you."
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Some bullshit like that. It was like, "Ha, you're just nothing to me."
See, Free Chan's still up, but they have 26 people watching. Well, they used to have these flat earthers used to have 80 to 120 people watching. Right, so that's a huge drop in views. Huge drop.
I think it coincides with the loss of IQ.
Yeah, 26 amount of viewers is proportional to their combined
maybe it's CERN that's doing it. Hey, I heard
I'm not joking. These guys are not.
Von Shelton talk about there was a few people in his Hangout, and I was just listening along in the external video, and someone was saying, "I'm tired." Yeah, I'm tired too. And they're like, I'm telling you, it's something that CERN's doing. CERN is screwing with shit, and it's making everyone tired. I kid you not, and he was dead serious about it.
Yeah, it's actually to punch a hole under the fifth dimension to allow the overlords way back to our universe.
And just everyone.
You walk now, but when they show up and they're only probing you, you're not going to be laughing, man.
That's exactly that's what he said. That's some shit he said.
I know they actually believe this.
You're laughing. Rand Campbell said that to me last night before I got muted in MK's Hangout. I just mentioned I think I said about 3 words, and he said, "Oh, you'll see. Oh, you're gonna."
Well, Rand Campbell is the definitive Poe, so he doesn't believe his own bullshit.
Wait, what did you say that they were saying about CERN?
That there's a couple of things. Well, one is they're trying to create massive black holes to destroy the Earth. Another one's opening a dimension to another gateway to do a different universe to get
of course
aliens and spirits and demons. Look, I got a little beard comb. Is that cool?
Wow, cool.
I'm training my mustache and my beard.
You got you got the man beard going, brother.
I do. It's getting there. It's actually a little longer than it looks like. But,
I can't go a beard.
It's hard to tell, but yeah, this is pretty long actually for me. Look at this. See, it just starts bothering me about. Way before that, it's too itchy. I want to see what it's going to be like at the end of the year. Because
I'm retired military, and I had no choice but to shave every day, and it stuck with me. And it's just.
Yeah,
So-
no, this is. I mean,
wait.
I had a beard before, but this is probably the longest it's ever been complete. Definitely the longest my mustache. I usually trim it, but since I'm not trimming it, I'm just letting it grow out. It's getting quite long. Normally, I would
catch
trim it a long
food.
time ago, right?
You can have leftovers of
Yeah,
that damn thing and everything.
Yeah, when you have a mustache, right? When you anybody who ever had one, when you trim it, right? You trim it lip level, like here. So basically,
Right.
this would all come
Have
off.
that line, yeah.
Right. But when you're trying to grow it, you've got to keep those. You've got to
You gotta
actually let them
comb it
grow
to the
out,
side.
and then they get longer. Then you just sit there and you train them.
Right. They'll
You
put
know
you
how
some
I know
mustache
about
wax in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you know how I know about
So-
Now,
beards?
now you need to get some just for men, so you can, put a little of that shit in there and darken it up a little.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. I'm going to do that yet. I just want to see how it looks normally. But yeah, if I get some darkener, it's actually going to be badass.
Okay, so colliding particles is going to create black holes. Is that it?
Well, okay. The real story on this is not extremely far fetched. There's a range of energies in which a black hole can theoretically form in a particle collider. Okay, you need a lot of energy. I mean, it's in the tera electron volts. I don't even know how high it is, but it's quite a bit. Now, the CERN supposedly at the very, very, very low end of the minimum amount to create a black hole, a micro miniature black hole. It's probably a little bit not. It's probably not powerful enough yet. I think it's operating at 4 tera electrovolts. Is that what it's at? Let's make a look it up. However, they're building one in China right now that's supposed to be like massively more powerful, like magnitudes bigger than CERN even. That one should be at the beginning level, if I understand correctly, of where black holes can form with the interaction of particles. But we don't have to worry about it because when black holes form like that, they're very, very small. And because they're very, very small, they have a surface area that allows virtual particles to come off of it. And these virtual particles take away from the black hole. Well, we call that evaporation. It's known as Hawking radiation. So the little black hole doesn't last very long. It basically forms and it evaporates in microseconds, picoseconds. So it doesn't even have time to even absorb anything like a subatomic particle. So it cannot grow, even if that was the case. It would literally disappear immediately after being produced. And so they have no worry about it. They want to create them, actually. They want to be able to study them.
So
But
did those people?
What's that?
So did those people just watch the Angels and Demons and they think that CERN is making antimatter and black holes and they want to destroy the planet?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They
Makes
worship
sense.
Shiva or some shit like that, and they
Makes
think that
sense.
CERN's a bunch of demonic devil worshippers because these guys are anti-science, right? You got to remember they're anti-science. They want superstition and religious quackery, and most of them are just nut jobs. I mean, flat earthers, you got to admit, they're nutters. Look at fucking Adam and that guy A4. The guy's just fucking a whack job. Look at Lord Stephen Christ. He thinks he's the reincarnation of Jesus.
Oh, is that the guy who's been on YouTube for like almost 10 years and talks very slowly to the camera and says that he's the reincarnation? Is
I don't
that
think he's
him?
been on that long.
Because there was another guy that I remember when YouTube started, and the guy would make like 1 hour long video and would just look at the camera and present that he's the reincarnation and that he's there, and he would ramble, and
I'm not familiar.
that's
Consider we
not him?
find out that the power, the wattage or energy level, I should say, the energy level of the particle collider in China, how much it's going to be. I couldn't find much on it. I only read about it once, but if somebody else can look it up and maybe come up with a range, because I think it's supposed to be 10 times bigger, but maybe it's just 4. Just reading the side chat. Stephen Christ came out of a troll years ago and admitted he was doing it for lulz. I don't know about that, Anarchy. Lord Stephen Christ, from what I understand, his wife and kids left him. And I think he actually got arrested for threatening the president. Now, again, I don't know if all that's verifiable, but, But here's the problem, though. You never know whether these guys are trolling, pose, or they're just that batshit crazy. My philosophy is this: if you're any of the above, I don't care to have you around. Yeah, Anarchy, you can message me and I'll give you the link, buddy. And I don't care if you're a Poe, if you're serious or not serious. You're just a total waste of my time. What does Trev said? I am a G plus noob. Would associating with them someone give access to the links, or are you just worried about they would give it to him? The second one, that worried about they would give it to him. Yeah. Now I like Bulldog. I like Bulldog a lot. Bulldog is an awesome dude, and I actually trust him. I don't think that he would actually do it, but you never know when the point where one of these guys like Outbound made like, hey Bulldog, give us the link, and he may feel like he's respond. He has to. Now if Bulldog gives me his word that he would never give out the link, I would believe Bulldog. I trust him. So he just has to give me his word he wouldn't do it, and he's more than welcome to come in. Because I like Bulldog. Why he associates with those idiots, I have no idea. Can somebody explain to Anarchy how to send me a message? You just go to Gmail, log into your Gmail, go to Hangout Conversations, and click a little search and put my name in. Awesome Manager, you think it's really 20%? He says 20% of them are serious, the rest are in it for the laughs. Really, you think it's 80% of them don't believe flat Earth? Really? I think it's I think that's way too low of an estimate. Because these guys, I mean, they're just too persistent and they're just too batshit. I mean, look at that guy, Gamer 8. Remember him? Jim? Is he still there? Maybe he doesn't remember. But anyways, there's a lot of flat earthers that they're just too persistent. So Anarchy doesn't have Gmail. You know what, Anarchy, I can send it. How did you get in here last time? Oh, I put the link in the live feed, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Anarchy, just for you, I will figure out something. Do you have Google Anarchy? I will send you a message over Google Plus.
Steve, do me a favor, please. Did you get
Sure.
my message I sent you? The link I sent you in your PM.
Oh, I don't know which one.
Do me a favor. If you got it, could you send it to Lee Med? Because I ain't got him in my contacts.
1 second here.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, Lemez's name doesn't come up. I don't know why. Okay. Anarchy, I just sent you the link via Google Plus. Okay, in the external link, what do you want me to do?
Check your PM. I sent you a WordPress link.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, could you
What
send
do you
it
want me to
to
set?
Lee Med as well, please?
I can put it. Why don't you just put it in the outside chat that we're all in? You can get it from there.
I did, but I don't know if it came up or not because none of you responded to that, so I don't know if it came up or not.
But wait, that's not it.
It should be there, about second or third one down.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I just put. Okay, I put in the link in the internal.
Cool.
Or excuse me, the external, and I'll put it in the internal. Okay, so what else is going on here? Trying to catch up here. Free Chan has a little bit more viewers now. I'm just curious before I close that window.
Free Chan sounds familiar.
Oh, that's the flat Earth, and they all. Oh my God, they all got spanners. Everybody in their life feed has a spanner. What the hell's the point of that?
Dude, you're gonna hate me for this. I know why Free Chan sounds familiar. One of my friends tried introducing me to one of their events. Freaking idiot.
Yeah, Free Chan's not 4chan. There's a difference. You're probably thinking 4chan. Free Chan is flat, round, or everything, everybody channel. 4chan is a troll community. That all they do is just troll.
I can't remember which one now.
Yeah, they probably meant probably was 4chan.
He sent me like 5 links, and I literally blocked him for this. He sent me 5 links. One of them was flat Earth, one of them was crystals, and the other was like magnetic healing or some shit and other stuff related. And once he did that, I was like, okay, block. And before that point, he sounded so intelligent, and we were actually having a really good conversation. Where did it all go wrong? Yeah.
Somebody asked what a spanner is. A spanner is somebody who has mod control and live feeder. And Brenda, Gamer 8 Hour admitted he was not a flat earther. That's bullshit. He is a flat earther. What he says is, "Oh, I'm an agnostic on the issue. I don't take sides." and yet all he does is promote flat Earth. He's a flat earther. Don't let him kid you.
How do flat earthers, like majority-wise, what do most of them say towards the evidence that clearly debunks flat Earth? It's all a conspiracy, right?
Yeah, well, they always seem to, come up with some excuse. But the problem is if they don't know anything about basic physics, right, they're not going to understand why they're wrong. For example, if I wanted to prove to you that 1 + 1 = 2 and not 3, you have to understand basic math for that to happen, right?
Of course.
Okay, so they don't even have the basic skills to understand why for example, if I say, hey, why is it that we don't see a change in the angular size of the sun as it go from one side of the Earth to the other, right? During the day, it just basically goes across the sky and it doesn't change its angular diameter. If it was a flat Earth, they would see it recess and move away from us, and the actual disk side would change.
Yeah,
they don't get these concepts. To them, they're just lost upon this. They can always come up with some excuse for about it.
Another really, really easy test of like, if you stand at like a high enough point above water or like a skyscraper, you can see the not the convergence but the arc, and you can see buildings slightly lean away from each other in the distance. And
yeah,
you have to be really high up because it's not something you can spot from like ground level or something. But if you get high enough, you can see it. And they've done like tests with time-lapse cameras and stuff where they show all these like convergences and arcs and stuff. And I don't know, what would the flatties say to that?
They don't care. You got to remember, flat earthers don't know science. They don't look at something and go, oh, look, yeah, it's impossible. You show them, like anti-corpuscular waves, rays, and they look at it and they go, okay, well, so what? But you're like, do you understand that to have these corpuscular waves or the anti-corpuscular waves, the sun has to be below the mountain range, and that's causing the break that you're seeing. So the sunlight's coming out, and you're seeing these parallel lines that are coming out there. And they're parallel. They are parallel. No different than if you look at a railroad track and they're going this way. What happens as they go further out? They look like they're converging.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
They look, but they're not. They're parallel the entire way. It's the same principle, but they don't get this.
I learned that optical illusion in like 3rd grade or something. And
well, that's about where the level of flat earthers are. They're on 3rd grade level.
Even if you hold a ruler to it.
Seriously, have you guys ever, come on, Amar, have you ever talked to a flat earther that had a lick of sense whatsoever?
No, I admitted 3 times today that I haven't. And so on any other subject, they seem okay, but as soon as you start talking about the world, they automatically bring it to a flat earth theory. And it's like, you can't mention the phrase a globe, because as soon as you say that, they're like indignified about by the word globe.
Well, they want to feel they're special. They want to feel like they have knowledge that the most people that don't have, because they have nothing else in their life to make them special. So they know they can never actually learn anything. They can never actually get a degree or become a scientist or have any kind of recognition or accolades whatsoever, because they're stupid. So the only way they can even remotely feel superior is to think for them in their mind that they're going to know something that the rest of humanity doesn't know, such as like them knowing flat Earth, and they're like, oh, everybody else is sheeple. I know the Earth is flat, therefore I'm smart. It's a mind game with them.
Question: would you say you see a correlation between somebody who's a flatty and them being like deeply religious, or do you
sometimes, not always?
Do you see plenty of atheist flatties as well?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, some. They're rarer, but obviously because most people want the Earth to be flat because they want to feel special. They want to feel a special place in the universe, right?
Yeah.
Based on the biblical
Isn't that
thing.
swapping one type of crazy for another?
Right. Hey, quick question. Multiple, you in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can I mean, I don't want to pick your brain too much. I know it must be annoying. But can I ask you like a simple law question?
Sure, but just to be clear, I can't give legal advice because of my position. So, all right, go ahead.
I'm not asking for legal advice.
Go ahead.
Which takes precedence? If there's a power of attorney and there's a living will, the living will doesn't take into effect until after the decease of the person, right? So the person, as long as they're alive, the general durable power of attorney is going to take precedence. Hang on, I gotta mute him.
I'm sorry, I'm hearing 2 conversations.
Yeah, I muted him. as long as the person is alive, the general durable power of attorney is going to take precedence. And then after the person's deceased, is that when the executor takes over, or the executor of the will?
So at this point, I'm not going to be speaking as an attorney. I'm just going to be speaking as a layperson. But generally, the will speaks at death. So the will has really no effect until the person dies. So when that happens, then all the provisions of the will take precedent. Before death, a power of attorney, I think, speaks when it's executed. So I'm not sure if that answered your question, but if you're executing a power of attorney, that would take precedent while you're still alive, and then at death, the will would speak.
Well, the reason I'm asking, okay, if that's the case, can then the person with the power of attorney, do you think, as a layperson, I'm not asking as a lawyer, if a person has a power of attorney, can they then change the living will and change the person's name, who the executress is?
Well, I would think you'd have to consult someone in that state or that jurisdiction, because each jurisdiction may have differences on what you can do and how you can amend wills. Because I know in the state that I'm in, I believe you can do that, but I'm not sure if that is a minority or a majority position.
I hope I'm articulating correctly, but do you understand the question I'm asking? If I had a power of attorney over somebody, can I change the living will to change the name of the person's name of the executor, like to put it to me rather than the person it is?
All right. What I'm saying is that I know in my state I don't believe you can do that. I believe the person, the person, if you can't change someone else's will in the state that I'm in. But again, I have to preference that where there may be certain states where they do allow that practice in limited circumstances.
So it might be possible.
It is possible, but generally, from what I know, it's generally not practical. The person who, if there are certain criteria that you have to meet to even be able to execute a will. Like you have to kind of know they have like this legal term of what, know the bounty of your, know who your relatives are, know what you got, and kind of know who you want to give it to. So there's like it's really not a high of competence, but you kind of have to kind of meet that minimum requirement. And the law is very protective of people's property. So for instance, no one else can really change my will except for me, and the law is very, very, very protective.
I wasn't sure. That's all I need to know. Thanks, man. Yep, that's cool.
Hi, multiple. Nice to meet you, mate. Just a quick question, if I may. How much power over somebody's estate does the power of attorney actually give you?
Well, again, it all depends, number one, on the jurisdiction you're talking about, and it depends on the document itself. The document power of attorney can give a person a lot of authority, but then there are certain things that limit it. Certain state laws, even certain local laws may limit what you can produce in the document. So that's my understanding of it.
No, that makes sense. That makes perfectly good sense to me. Anyways, does anybody else want to come in? I'm going to go do some stuff. I'm not going to carry on this too much, but we got 40 people watching, so maybe you guys want to have a conversation. I will ask this on multiple. Did you watch the discussion we had with Dr. Ross and Dr. Anna? Did you like that?
It's funny because I've seen some of Hugh Ross's stuff before, and I thought it was actually, I don't know how you're getting these people on, but this is actually pretty good stuff. It's changed my perception of creationists as a whole, because it seems to me that they're more of creationists in the sense of they're making almost like an excuse. They're saying, we believe in all the science, but there's still this one thing that we can't let go, which I think is interesting. I just never experienced that, because Hugh Ross is, he believes in an old earth, he believes in the science, he believes in the process, but it's just like he can't give up that last final step. And I think it's interesting how when they come on and they explain their position, it's not as like a Ronnie position where it's just like, believe me, and I don't know what I'm talking about. It's kind of it's really a thoughtful, like, hey, I believe in human chromosome number 2. They may not believe everything about it, but they know enough about the science to say to where they can make a reasonable argument against the full
Do you
against
remem-
the full effective resolution.
Do you remember when you first kind of came on the scene? You and I had a small little disagreement. It wasn't anything major. wasn't like out of the ordinary box. It was just like the way you interpreted it. Something I can't remember what it was. It was something along the lines of a question that I asked in one of their hangouts, and we resolved it. Right? Okay. They're still using this today to say that multiple personality has totally disagrees with you and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. I think you guys understand. Multiple personality is not an idiot. He actually knows that you guys don't know your science. Okay, he doesn't have to be a scientist or that much in science to know that if you ask him, he will tell you that you guys do not know shit about science. Am I incorrect in saying that about you?
Let me think about that. You know what? I don't think I would agree with that, but I would have to preference that in two ways. The first way I'd have to preference that is, for instance, Ronnie did a hangout one time, and he was talking about some legal issues. And this is before, people that actually knew what I did. And he was 100% wrong about the law. He was 100% wrong about how it applied, wrong about what the case had meant. But he read it in a certain way where it kind of supported his position. Now, he was wrong. He didn't.
Bullshit.
It didn't do it at all. But but as someone in the field who understood the technical pieces of it, I understood that a layman reading the case would have come to his same conclusions, not understanding the underlying principles that come to it. For instance, one of the biggest issues I had was with Antonio and Dawkins' deity. One time we were in a hangout, and he started talking about Roe versus Wade. Now, Antonio, his big thing is with abortion.
Yeah.
So him and Dawkins' deity jumped on me and said, "Oh, you don't know anything about Roe versus Wade." Now I'm like, "Hold on, I've read this opinion a whole bunch of times. This is this. You guys sure?" And they kept saying, "It doesn't say anything about the life of the mother. You don't know what you're talking about." And and then they started espousing principles of the case that were never there. And I kept explaining to them, "Well, no, you guys don't know what you're talking about." And then I created a video to show them, like, okay, it does say life of the mother in the opinion. Even the premise, the holding of the opinion says life of the mother. And Antonio, to his credit, and Dawkins' deity, they both apologized and said, it was in the heat of battle. They didn't know, that type of thing. And the reason why I bring this up is because I think sometimes of these battles that both sides have, I think we forget that people make mistakes, and that sometimes you get into the battlefield and you're willing to make an argument, and you forget that we're all human beings. We all make mistakes, and we don't know it all. And instead of trying to learn from each other, we try to pronounce these unchangeable rules and then fight about them, like even the whole DNA thing and all this stuff. And the people on the other side, I believe, are good, honest people, but I believe they're wrong on the science. 110%. I think they're wrong on the science for two reasons. I think they're wrong because they don't know the fine details, and I think they're wrong because they haven't done the research. Now, with that said, I do believe they're trying to argue in good faith, but when you do that and not know the underlying principles, you're just arguing with an echo chamber. They don't have really any substantive thing to really offer.
All right, let me give you 2 points on that. One, I understand what you're saying. I highly and politely disrespect or disagree with your assessment that they're honest. They're not honest. They lie. They are very dishonest people. There's no question about that. I mean, you can't sit there and really stick up for them when you've seen firsthand the amount of deceptions, the amount of manipulations, the amount of twisting, even with videos changing the facts. Okay, that's outright dishonesty.
All you have to do is just have a discussion with them. You'll find that out very fast. Sorry to interrupt, Steve.
Very dishonest. And the second thing is your example was very good. When they said, "Hey, look, you don't know what you're talking about," and you have read Roe v. Wade quite a few times, I think they tried to sharpshoot you and to ask you, like, who wrote the majority opinion, who wrote the minority opinion, the dissenting opinion. And of course, you may not have read it since law school, so who the hell knows, right? But the point being is, it is a case you're quite familiar with. They didn't know your background at the time. Now, how is that any different when they're saying things like, "Oh, Fiona doesn't know what she's talking about. Hogtie doesn't know what he's talking about. Sam doesn't know what he's talking about. CRISPR doesn't know what he's talking about. Rational Mind doesn't know what he's talking about. Isaiah doesn't know what he's talking about." Everybody doesn't know what they're talking about. That is their go-to argument because they don't know what they're talking about. So the only recourse they have left is to try to convince people that the people that do know what they're talking about don't, and you're a victim of that. You have had that happen to you firsthand.
Yes,
So
you're 100% correct.
You know, you can see where we're coming from. This is their operation. This is how they do it. They just basically say, well, these guys don't know what they're talking about, yet they've never once been able to demonstrate that any one of us were wrong. They think they have, but like you said, if you had a perfect thing. Now, 1 second. You said that you could see how a layperson could read something and get something out of it. A lot of us do the same thing. We're like, yeah, I can read something scientific, and I am a layperson, but I can say, okay, I can see how somebody could get this wrong. They don't want to actually understand why it's wrong, why their interpretation is wrong. That's the difference.
You know what? I do not agree.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought you had finished.
Go ahead.
Finish what you finished. Well, what I'm saying is I do not disagree with you. Everything that you said I believe is accurate, except for the dishonesty piece. And the only reason why I say that, and I can only speak about my interactions with them, and sometimes I don't really see all the videos. But for instance, my interactions with Ronnie and Antonio, and even Dawkins Dede, which was very surprising, when we kind of stripped off that battle gear and just had a conversation about, hey, I'm trying to understand your position. Try to understand mine, and let's try to see if we can work it out. The conversation was a totally different type of conversation, and I think it's because there's everyone kind of has their guard up. You're an atheist, you're an agnostic, you're this, and it's just trying to just produce a video, not for us to have a conversation, but for everyone else. But when we actually have a conversation with these people, the conversation is different. And I think that's kind of why when I go into True Empiricism's room or even Antonio's room, I disagree with them all the time. You know, there are going to be few videos where you'll see me saying, Ronnie, you're right. I say, I don't believe this. I don't understand this. Ronnie, I disagree with this. But it's always in a tone of, help me understand your position. Like, one of the questions I asked Ronnie one time was, okay, what can't the designer do? If you're talking about intelligent design, what can't the designer do? He admitted that he couldn't answer that question because it just hadn't been something that he had really thought about. But that was my way of approaching it, of trying to explain to him that it was unfalsifiable, that you have made the designer to something that cannot be falsified. And I think when you're talking with the other side, I think it's just as important to kind of listen to what they say and listen to what the points that they're trying to make as it is to rebut and to make the correct points. Now, it's even more difficult when you are someone like Fiona and someone who has the technical knowledge, speaking to a lay person who doesn't want to listen to your technical knowledge. And I think that's where you guys bump head with Ronnie and the rest of them, because they feel that they already know, which I agree with you. They do not know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do understand what you're saying on that. Now, I think over time, you probably will come around to our way of thinking that they are completely dishonest. I think it's just a matter of time. You have to experience it for yourself. When you're actually the person that they're making videos about saying bullshit stuff, it's a little bit different, right? I mean, he has numerous videos against me and Fiona. They're all crap. Everybody knows they're crap. There's not a single person that's not a fucking CCP member that ever thinks that Fiona and I are dishonest people. It just doesn't happen. There's no reason to. We've been straight up on from day one. But their honesty is always called into question because we can see how they manipulated things. He did the same thing with Dr. Rand. He manipulated it. So, you know, I think it's, like you said, it's your interactions with them. But give it time. Give it time.
But what about this? Let me throw out this crazy idea of let's all take our finger off the nuclear trigger, and let's just, instead of just saying you're dishonest, let's just say, hey, let's just hit the reset button and just say, okay, let's just start from scratch.
How many times could you do that, man?
That's true. I don't know how many times you guys have done it, but I just think
we've tried.
It just seems like there's got to be some common ground. If I can speak to both sides and understand, and Ronnie and them will tell you 100%. I always tell them I disagree with their position. I'll listen to it, but I'll disagree and I'll note my objections, and they'll give me their rebuttals, and I'll say I don't agree with that either. But even with that, I think there's a better way to kind of reach common ground than just these people are dishonest.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I know Wayne doesn't like this topic. We're gonna move on in a few minutes. Promise you, Wayne. Hang tight. The only thing I wanted to say to the multiple is that, you know, we've done this numerous times. I'll do it every so often. Be like, hey, Ronnie, the only way you're ever going to get this albatross off your neck, the only way you're going to get ever out from under is this, and then not have it brought up all the time as a thing thrown in your face of how stupid you are in basic science, is to get your ass in my channel and talk to very specific people. We'll talk to me. We'll talk to Sam. We'll talk to Christopher. We'll talk to Fiona. And very specifically have it moderated to ask specific questions about what his position is and what the actual happens when this DNA does what it does in the solution. So there'll be no insulting, no yelling. The first person that calls a name, they get ejected. I don't care who they are. It's very, very straight up, and then he can get as technical as he wants with them. If he wants to take it to a technical level, by all means. But he just wants to say, this is what I've been saying about DNA and water. We can actually look at some of the videos and go back in time to see what he's been saying. That's the only way that's going to get resolved. But he has not yet had the balls enough to do it, and I don't know why. I've gone to his room many, 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 many times. He has no excuse not to come in here, and he cannot say it for the views because I don't care. I'll have the goddamn thing off air if needs be.
But you saw what he did. He put a video asking people, should I, yes or no, continue to respond to those videos?
Yeah, and he took
when
it down.
In fact the question should be, should I apologize or accept that I made a mistake? But instead of doing that, he asked people, should I keep on talking or should I just shut up about that topic?
No, Levant, he doesn't recognize he makes these mistakes. Okay, his poll was, should I continue owning these people over there? Should I continue showing them how wrong they are? Do you guys enjoy this? And we're like, we love this. Yes, show us why we're wrong. We're still waiting for the first time. He thought everybody was going to vote no, and he has taken that page down. He didn't have the balls in enough to let it go for another day. He already took it down. Okay, that looks really bad for him. And wait, let me finish. I swear, Mundell. He said he took it down because there were sock accounts going over there and voting, which I don't think happened. I did say it's fine. I don't care. But I can account for his votes because I had about 50 people watching, and I told everybody in my audience to go over and vote yes. Okay, we're allowed to do that. Okay, we can tell people what to vote. That's perfectly within my rights, and I don't care if people use sock accounts. I don't advocate up or down on the actual video, right? Likes and dislikes. You never use sock accounts for that because it is a good, decent way to measure the quality of the video, and for your own self, through like topics that like to be talked about. But he took it down because he didn't want to have to say, oh, look at all these people saying yes, because they were like showing him, we're not backing off from this, we're not backpedaling, we're not running away from you. We want to take you head on, but you're too scared to fucking do it. Why is that? Why are you running away from us when all you guys do is come in here and we'll treat you very, very nice? He has no excuse not to come in here. You need you don't need to, but can you bring that to his attention next time you talk to him?
Well, you know what? I wanted to say two things. The first thing I want to say is it's almost like speaking to flat earthers, like you were just saying before. A flat earther, there's virtually nothing that you can show them that's going to tell them the earth is round. Nothing. Even if you were to take them to space and say, look at it, they're going to say this is fake somehow. And the same thing is going to happen with the ID proponents and the creationists. There's no evidence that you're going to prove that to show them that this thing is what it is. So we're not really talking to them, really. We're kind of talking to the community in the debate concept to try to say, okay, we're trying to change minds. Not the person who you're talking to, but to the whole general public. So what I mean when I say that is Ronnie doesn't have the knowledge to make these type of arguments, technical or not. And we know that. You know that. I know that. He doesn't have the knowledge to understand them. But I think is that he doesn't know this, then conversations like these conversations about DNA degrading and all that is just going to really go above his head, and he's not going to even try to understand why he doesn't know that, why he doesn't understand why he's wrong. Because like you just said it earlier. You said 1 + 1 = 2. If you don't know that, then you can't do multiplication. You can't do algebra. You can't do any of the higher function stuff. Right now, he's doing algebra and not understanding the arithmetic.
Oh, he's not. He's not up to algebra yet. He's still. If you got to make an equivalency, this is probably he's not even doing fractional math. If you can. He's seriously, but anyways, we're going to move on to another topic. But yeah, he's still doing the addition and subtraction. The offer is on the table. He can come. He can set the record straight anytime he wants, and my room's open for that. Now I know he won't do it, which makes him look even worse. Makes him look like a coward because I have gone into his room countless times. So has everybody else. He has never stepped a foot in this room, and that makes it look really bad for him. And we want to get to the bottom of this. We're not backpedaling. We have all been exactly right on since day one. You know it. I know it. My whole audience knows it. The only people that don't
address the question to multiple, please.
Sure.
It's the first time we've met, and you're a stand-up guy and everything, bruv. But I just wonder, like, when you look at the stupidity of Ronnie and like his gang and how discombobulated they seem to be, like 95% of the time, doesn't it just make you angry that you can't talk to them on any kind of a rational level because they just won't understand that rationality or know how to reciprocate it?
Is that to me or
No. Who's that to? That was to me.
That was too much, yeah.
Oh well, I would say no. I would say that they're being rational as far as they can get because they don't have the background knowledge to make the logical inferences moving forward. I think they've stopped at a certain point where they think they're proficient enough to make arguments about more complex things. But without the basic knowledge, then when we have conversations, I'm trying to understand why they believe what they believe, and I'm trying to explain to them why I believe what I believe, and see if we can come to some common ground to move forward in certain points. And I think and I think that is a goal that we can accomplish moving forward. Then this whole just kind of writing them off. You know, if we can just come to some common ground, which let's say Dawkins did, he hates the common ground argument. But sometimes if you can just say, okay, do you understand this concept? Yes. Then eventually you're teaching, like in court a lot. Sometimes judges don't know what you're trying to explain. So you kind of have to teach in your argument, almost like the Socratic method, to allow the person to understand why you're coming to the conclusions that you're doing. And I think through that process, you can change minds. But it's a long, drawn-out process. But it's a lot easier for people to accept than a confrontational process where, hey, you're wrong. Here's the reason why you're wrong. Here's the paper why you're wrong. And here's the, everything else why you're wrong. Because that makes the person kind of feel a certain way about being wrong.
It didn't start off that way. It was okay. Female pointed out an error to him, and we basically been pointing out error after error after error. And instead of correcting himself, going, "Yeah, I was wrong. I misspoke. I didn't mean to say that." He just says basically, just doubled and doubled and doubled and down. But anyways, we're gonna move on, so I don't lose Wayne, because Wayne doesn't want to talk about this stuff. But anyways, I will end it with this. Yes, Tom. Ronnie did say he was going to take down a video, but he said he was going to take it down on the 10/11, like at around 11 to 12 o'clock at night. He took it down early because he was ending it prematurely. So, yeah, I mean, it was just stupid from the get-go, and that's why nobody takes him seriously. So, what topic? What derp topic now? The med student asked. I don't know. So many derp topics. I'm trying to think what's been happening in the news. I hate to talk politics real quick, but I did watch a little bit of the debate last night, the town hall meeting. And we're going to talk about this for just a few minutes. But I actually thought, and I'm sorry to say it, I thought Trump handled her pretty decently. He made a lot of jabs. He was very much on the offensive. I don't think both of them had their facts perfectly straight, but he was very much on the offensive, and I think he made her look really bad. That was my opinion.
He also made a sorry, go ahead.
I'm not gonna curse you out because of your, like political views or whatever, right? What I'm gonna curse you out about is the statement that you made. Like, you're speaking as if that debate was productive in any way. Presidential debates are supposed to be about policies. What the hell you're going to do?
No, that was a town hall meeting. That's a lot different style than the other types of debate things. That was a town hall. That's a open forum. You guys, that's really the sandbox. That's when you take off the gloves and you can pretty much say anything you want to say in the town hall meetings.
No, it doesn't matter whether it's a town hall or if it's an official debate. The only thing people care about and want to know is the policies, what you're going to do for this country.
Well, they addressed that in the first one. They addressed that already in the first one. This was actually more about their character rather than their policies.
Well,
right?
to sum up, Trump said that everything that's wrong is because of Obama and Clinton, and that she's a liar, and that everything's wrong is because of her, and that he'll make things better. He doesn't say how he's going to do it, but it's going to be better, and vote for him because he's got to be clean.
Yeah, and I will say what Fiona, what Fiona said. I want to get this on record. What Trump said and what he did, I think he should be. I think he might have. I should have charges brought up. I mean, he has committed assault. There's no question about it. He has committed assault. I'm convinced of that. Sexual assault multiple times. You cannot fucking deny that. You can't whitewash it. It is what it is. I also think that Hillary Clinton has had done just as much. I mean, she may have had people killed for all I know. Neither one of them are good candidates. That's the reality. Neither one are good candidates. Isn't one better than the other? Is Trump better than Hillary or Hillary better than Trump? They both suck. Okay?
But you know what?
Candidates for president. You know?
One thing I want to say, though, is I agree with you actually 100%, Steve. I think Trump won the debate last night. But I think Hillary, and this is a conspiracy theory, so don't quote me on this, but I think Hillary wanted him to win the debate because Trump is the only person that Hillary can actually beat. Let's say if she went out there and beat Trump badly last night and the Republican Party just totally left him and Pence left him and he drops out the race and they put someone like a Jeb Bush or even a Marco Rubio up there.
They don't have time for that, dude.
Even though they don't, I think she says, I'd rather face the devil I have than the devil I don't. And 30 days out of the election, hey, Trump is just, we have all this Oppo research on Trump. He's, we can put a tape out of him saying something stupid every week. Let's just continue down this road, let him have a little win, and we'll just look presidential and then wait to the third debate to go crash and burn with them. But that's about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see what you're saying, but the problem I have with that is that we're getting so close to the election now. I mean, it's getting very, very close. Hey, did I give you the link, Creationism? I don't remember. Oh,
link was public.
Yeah, I mean, are you hacking me? Are you hacking me, CA? Yeah, no. Who are they going to put up, right? I mean, it's going to be last minute stuff if they drop out of the race. Now, do I think that Hillary can win him in the primaries? Yeah, I think that she has a very good chance of beating Trump. But you know what? Things get upset right now, right? I mean, things could be there could be some kind of upset. But I think that neither one of them were very good choices for their political parties. It should have been Bernie Sanders as president and maybe Hillary as vice. I think they would have done a lot better.
Don't you guys think that the actual problem is not the personalities of Trump and Clinton, but the fact that one of them is going to decide the direction of the Supreme Court for probably the next 25 years?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? I'm like, aren't you guys thinking about the shit that both of these candidates are going to do? Like, why is it everyone is just so focused on them actually attacking each other and the fact that none of them, Hillary to some extent talked about policy, but if Trump is gonna run the country, if he plans on running the country, dude, at least explain to people in detail what the hell you have planned for them.
We know he has no Odin. His foreign policy is wretched. He said it. I don't know if he meant to. If he realized what he said last night, because this is how the quotes are taken. He said, "I don't know anything about Russia." Now, he went on to kind of like see what he's meant to say by that. But in a town hall meeting, right? You don't want sound bites like that. You don't want to say something like, I don't know anything about Russia. You're going to be the fucking president of the United States. You should fucking have their history goddamn memorized, right? But he doesn't know anything about the history of China, Russia.
Sorry, Steve.
That's not something you want to say in a fucking debate. Do you guys agree?
Let me just stop you 1 second.
Yeah.
You are now talking about a bloke that said he wants to build a wall.
Well, that's not a bad idea. I have no problem with that. The wall, I'm for the wall. So I don't have a problem with him on that.
Mexicans pay
We're
for
gonna
it.
build a wall.
But I'm talking about electronic surveillance wall more than anything else. And there's some kind of physical, but yeah, that is not unfeasible. They've done research on that. That's not something that's impossible. So the wall's not a big deal. That's a minor thing. But
I wouldn't be surprised if
you want to know a difficult thing is the deportation. We have the deportation of illegals. Okay, back in the day, back in Reagan, when he gave amnesty to a lot of illegals, it was only a few million, and so it didn't have a tremendous impact. It had an impact, but it was bad enough and unfeasible to take a couple million people and send them back across the border. Now, how many other in the United States now? It's like 10 times that amount now, or some shit like that. Like 14, 15 million? You cannot physically do it. That would be impossible. You have to figure out something else. So that's unfeasible.
And building the wall is going to fix that problem.
No, we could build a wall. That's not. I don't know why people think that's so unfeasible.
I think his wall's going to have a water slide in it.
There's
So
already a wall.
it's a time.
You do know there's already a sectional wall there, right?
Yeah. Some of it is already sectioned off. Yeah, I mean, people think this is like unimaginable. We could build a wall there. It would be partly physical and partly electronic surveillance.
Is he going to build a wall to Canada as well?
The thing
Why
is
we
with
need to walk
Hillary
into
Clinton.
Canada? We don't have immigrations from Canada coming over. We have checkpoints there. And a lot of Canada, I think, is impassable mountain ranges. And you can't just walk over.
Nobody in
Obviously,
Canada
the
wants
rapist-
to sneak into
No one
America.
wants to come here.
Canada doesn't. Yeah, if anything, they're going to build a wall to keep us out.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was in South Park.
Yeah, it's like everybody's moving up. It's like Mexico lower caste, America middle class, and then Canada, the high rung. So everybody's kind of like moving up.
When I mentioned the wall, I didn't mean like the feasibility of it or how probable it was that you could build one. I was talking about the concept of somebody actually saying that they're going to build a wall.
I want a wall there.
I'm just wondering, all the people that say they're going to leave the country if Trump wins,
Never happens.
will that actually make America great again?
It would if they actually did, but the problem is that I heard the same rhetoric coming out when Bush was reelected. If Bush is elected again, I'm going to leave the country. If Obama gets elected, I'm going to leave the country. No one ever fucking does. This is tough.
But what's even more funny is when they say they're leaving the country, you never hear them say they're going to Mexico. They always say they're going to Canada. How come they're not going to Mexico?
Because people, again, lower, middle, upper, right? You're working your way up. You don't go the other
but
way.
if Mexico's not a problem, how come they're not moving down there?
You only go to Mexico. You only go to Mexico when you have warrants out for you. Okay.
They're not going to Mexico. They're going to Canada because Canada doesn't have Obamacare.
Wow.
Oh wait, they have something better.
I got 1 sec. Spur in the live feed just said, "Listen to this, guys." And I'm not even going to say anything. You guys tell me if this is true or not. I told him I'm not going to give him a link because flat earthers have been sniping us, and he said, "I understand, but I promise you, I don't snipe. You should give me a chance. No flat earthers are sniping. Only ball earthers." You guys agree with that or disagree?
I'm sorry,
Wow.
what's a ball earther?
A normal person that has a brain.
Okay. How can anyone believe in the flat earth in the 21st century?
A lobotomy.
So I want to know: is it true that only ball earthers are going around sniping, or did we just not get sniped by 3 fucking flat
We got
earthers?
sniped 3 times hard.
What is sniping? I mean, I know it in the military sense, but
No,
what
it
do
just
you
means
mean
that somebody
by
comes in your Hangout and there's a bug right now where you can remove somebody, including the host, and it shuts down the Hangout. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder you don't want to give out the link.
Right. Yeah, I'm certainly not going to give it out to a flat earther. They can go suck me. But
I
don't care.
Oh, fuck 'em.
Spur. By the way, there is a flat Earth room open. It's called Free Chan. Have fun. Go enjoy it. It's got like
No, thank you.
20 people watching most of the time, but
Steve, I thought you were my friend. Why are you doing this to me?
Hey,
what would I do?
So that flat
Like,
Earth channel, that flat Earth channel Hangout, it's trolls trolling themselves in a group of trolls in a troll channel.
Yeah, it's like Inception, isn't it? It's like who's trolling whom at this point.
hey, I have another question for multiple.
You only get one.
God damn it.
Oh, whatever. Go ahead.
Yo, multiple. You there? Okay.
You may have to wait.
You might be AFK.
All right, I'll wait until he comes back.
So Spur doesn't like Free Chan. Well, that's all you got. I mean, this is what happened to the Flat Earther channels. The Flat Earth debate moderators basically, they took all the videos, they cut them down, and they took out all the parts that people were kicking the shit out of Flat Earthers, which is not hard to do, and then uploaded it, and then basically they ran their channel such that nobody can get a word in edgewise. There was no moderation. A4 basically tried to run everything. There's just no reason for it. If you're a flat earther, you're too stupid to even procreate. I'm telling you, just never have sex, never talk about science, live your life happily in some deserted island, but don't infect the rest of us with that weapons grade stupidity. It just boggles my mind. I'm not trying to be mean here, but god damn, if you think the earth is flat, You're stupid.
Agreed.
As I said in the comments before I joined the Hangout, with the advances in drone technology and cheap cameras, it should be incredibly easy to prove a flat Earth.
You would think so, right? I mean, you would think you'd be able to at least come up with a model that explains tides and explains, the non-changing of angular diameter of the sun, how the sun goes below the horizon. They don't know science well enough to even come up with a model. So,
I mean, if they believe the Earth is flat, I mean, surely forever it must have an edge, or do they believe we just live on some infinite plane that circles round on itself?
There's different kinds.
Yeah, they can't get their own model straight.
Right. Some of them are infinite planes, some of them are edges. And the reality is, if it did have an edge, you wouldn't go over it. If it's spinning, right, and it's going upwards, because they have to have some kind of gravity. So it's in their model, it's being accelerated up at 9.8 meters per second squared. Accelerated, let's think about this. Eventually it's going to go light speed. They don't get that either. But as it's moving up, as that's acceleration, you actually, as you further go out on the plane, you actually experience a larger gravitational force. So the further you go out, you're going to be very, very, very heavy at the very edge. And then as you go over the edge, you just basically go on the edge. You're not going to fall off of it. You're just going to be gravitationally attracted to the side of the edge. And then you go on the other side. So you can't actually walk around a flat plane. You're not going to fall off a flat plane if that's how that works. What's that?
These guys, you said gravity?
Well, it'd be artificial gravity. It's not gravity as we think of it. Their gravity is based upon mass, right? Gravity is a function of mass. Their gravity is a function of motion. Okay? You can't know the difference.
Steve, they also fucking play the buoyancy and density argument when you're dealing with gravity.
Which makes no sense whatsoever. That whole buoyancy density, I've listened to it, and I'm like, you guys are just making up shit. This doesn't make any sense. Calling gravity density and buoyancy, it's like, do you even understand these concepts?
I just find it amazing at the mental gymnastics these guys have to do to avoid
they're stupid.
Obvious.
What happened to the flat earthers then? Are they really kind of like going around seeking other channels to go to, even though that they are known snipers now? They're going to be blocked from every hangout in the Great Debate community, at least, and not too many people have hangouts anymore. Literally on YouTube, you don't find too many people having hangouts. It's the Great Debate community having the most hangouts by far.
Yeah.
I mean, you could find some. You used to be able to find them on HOA. Remember, before they split, there was a hashtag Hangouts on Air, and they would have a page. It wasn't very many, but you can have a page that showed all the hangouts going on air, and they were mostly educational stuff. They weren't like this kind of format, but a few of them were. And they were all over the world, but there wasn't that many. Now you don't even have that. You can't. I don't even know how you'd go look to find hangouts happening right now. You don't have the HOA anymore, do you? Yeah, no. And no spur. I've never sniped any channel. We have no reason to snipe flat earthers. I mean, flat earthers just do it themselves. You know, why would anybody shut down flat Earth? Yeah, you don't snipe channels, period. And yet, these channels got shut down on their own. So
you know what? What are the odds that some of those flat earthers are basically religious people who want to divert the discussion away?
I raised that same question earlier.
Can you say it again, though?
I'm sorry. I believe that some of those flat earthers are actually religious people that want to divert the focus from being on religion to something else. Because if educated people are defending the flat Earth, they're not attacking their religion.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. Is that if we are flat Earth, then they think for some reason it's going to make, it's going to give more evidence to religious points of view, because it's like you can't explain this materialistically, you can't explain this physically. There's no explanation of how the Earth can be flat, and that's what they want it. But many are religious, yes. In fact, Spur, in the live feed, you are not a fundamental evangelistic theist? And by the way, there's no time delays here, so nobody attacks flat Earth channels. Spur, nobody gives a fuck about flat Earth. They're stupid. They had a couple people who went in there that tried to explain to them, but after a while, nobody wanted to listen. So we don't sit there and attack flat Earth channels. We don't give a shit.
You know The thing I've noticed about religious people, generally religious people, and flat earthers is, like you and I have both said, no matter how many times you say to them, this simply cannot be because X, Y, Z, they always go back to like that. What was it we called it? Not even a straw man. It's like worse than a straw man. Ah, damn. Sorry, my head's gone blank. I was just
Spur,
gonna
it's
say
not
something.
fucking flat.
Yeah, he says it's nothing to do with religion, but I doubt that. So
Premises.
yeah, I mean, why would you think the Earth is flat without religion involved? That's just silly.
Biblical says it's fucking flat.
Yeah.
Bible says there's a firmament.
The
Yeah.
Quran says
The Bible says it has corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also say it's a circle. So
Yeah. Be legit here, Spur. You've already lied once in my live feed by saying that flat earthers don't snipe. We just had 3 snipe. I'm not letting you in. Fuck no. Not a chance in hell.
he wants to make it 4.
Yeah, he wants to make it 4, and if he doesn't, I'm not taking the chance. Hell no. Flat earthers have they have no trust with me whatsoever. Yeah. Now, if you want to have a second hangout one of these days, Spur, and you wanted to come in and defend flat Earth, I would allow for that because I don't care if I got sniped or not, but not this one. So, Spur, do you want to do that? I'm fine with a one-time event. If you want to defend flat Earth, I'll get Red's rhetoric and I'll get Geist and a bunch of other people, and you can sit there and have all the time you want to just try to explain flat Earth to people and promote the model. Is that fine, Spur? You want to do that? But here's the condition: you've got to give us a working model of flat Earth. You've got to show us how this flat Earth works. It can be physics, it can be mathematics. It doesn't matter. Just a model that explains observed phenomenon. You've got to be able to explain the no change of angular diameter of the sun as it goes across the sky. You have to be able to explain tides. You have to be able to explain the north and south polar circumference of the stars. You have to be able to explain the anti-crepuscular light. So if you can do all that, that's fine. So Spur says yes. Okay, so you have something ready to go? You have a model ready to go that you present to us? Spur, you there? No, Spur, you're not asking my question. Do you want to have a separate hangout? I'm not letting you in this one because I'm not going to get sniped on this one. I will have a separate hangout at some point, maybe later on tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Where I'm going to mute AMR is what I'm going to do first. So much background noise, buddy. No, I'm sorry, not AMR. Shit, who is it?
It might be. It might.
Oh, it is you, Narc. Sorry, I just muted you. Yeah, it's you. Sorry, my bad. I don't care if you. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances. No flat earthers getting linked because they've already proved they can't be trusted with it. So go bitch at your friend Tony. So whatever. But anyways, do you want to do that one day, Spur? Yes or no? If you don't, I don't give a fuck. You're welcome to stay in my live feed and talk all you want. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's a sniper. I'm not accusing him of that. I don't want him to get a link out to other people that might be. But I want him to be able to defend his position, and as Chairman says, so if he has a working model for a flat Earth, I'll be happy to have a hangout on that, and I will have it. I don't know, maybe later on tonight. I don't know, but not right now. I've got 45 people watching this, but so Spirit, what can you give us a little brief heads up of what your model might be like? Or is it too complicated to tell in the live chat? Do you guys want to see that? Would you guys watch something like that if I had Spur be the representative for Flat Earth and come in and I'll get a panel together? It'll maybe take an hour or so to do.
Sure, I don't mind. I think.
You would watch it, Odian?
I have a
would
problem
watch it.
with people picking on the mentally deficient.
What's that, Isaiah?
I have a problem with people picking on the mentally deficient.
Well, you know, they're putting the stuff out there, right? I mean, they're so, you know, I just don't know what I don't know what he would bring to the table. I have no idea. I've talked to Spur before. He never brought anything to the table in flat Earth debates. He never made any sense. His mathematics or physics was just way the fuck out there. So I don't know what he has now that's going to be any different, and I don't know if it's going to be just a shit show. So maybe Spur can explain it to us in the live feed. Because Spur, I mean, we're telling you right now, see all these people in the live feed and on Buddy My Hangout? We all know the Earth is not flat. Okay, it is not that difficult to determine based upon a little bit of knowledge of science. You're wrong on this. You're absolutely wrong. But if you want to make, you know, a fool of yourself, we'll let you. But I want it to be interesting. I want you to at least give us something with a challenge and not just say, oh, well, you know, law of perspective. Well, what the fuck does that tell me?
Yeah, we want a concurrent argument.
Yeah, I saw that, Med.
Sorry, Steve, are you getting feedback from my headphones? Because I
Thank
can hear
you.
a little bit now.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So Lamed found some research for us. Thank you. And so the CERN Hadron Collider, I knew it was a 4, and it wasn't 4 tera electron volts, it's 14. So the CERN's Large Hadron Collider, or Hadron Collider, is 27 kilometers, 14 tera electron volts. The European one, which is a proton collider, is 100 tera electron volts. And the one that's proposed, it's going to be the International Linear Collider. No. It's going to be the China-hosted International Collider. Is going to be 240 giga electron volts. Well, that can't make any sense. It's tera. Oh, it is. Wait, no, giga is less than tera.
Is that the one that's going to create a black hole and suck us all into another dimension?
No,
Yeah.
but look at the next one. It's superior than 100.
Oh, 70. Okay. Oh, I see it. You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. The electron-positron collider is 240 giga electron volts, which is less than obviously 14 tera. And but I didn't see the one underneath it. It's going to be equal to about 70 tera electron volts, which is going to be about what, 5-6 times more powerful.
No, 100. More than 100.
What do you say 100? Oh, the 80-kilometer one.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm trying to read this thing, and I got you. So it's going to be about 7 times more powerful. Well, that's a lot. 100 tera electron volts. So 7 times more powerful than what we got now. That's sitting at about 14 tera electron volts. That's amazing. That size is gargantuan.
See, this is why I don't mute myself a lot, because I've
I know tera is bigger. Thank you.
Myself.
I've had the metrics things memorized for a long time, but I fuck them up every so often. It's atto, femto, nano, micro. Oh, sorry. Atto, femto, nano, micro, deci, milli. God damn it! I used to have this down. Somebody help me out here. Look at this: atto, femto, nano, micro, milli, centa, deca, hecta, kilo, mega, giga, tera, exapenta. Is that how it goes?
I don't know that shit.
Atto, femto, nano, micro, milli, deci, deca, hecta, kilo, mega, giga, tera, exa, penta. What, penta, exa? I don't. You know what? See, I get it confused. So, but I did have it memorized. Exa is exa the highest? You guys don't have it memorized either, so fuck off.
No, like I said, I only know 3 of them because they're computer terms. I know mega, giga, tera.
I'll tell you what they are.
I am so over my head here.
They are ready. Okay, here we go. Alto, femto, pico, nano, micro, milli, centa, deci, deca, hecto, kilo, mega, giga, tera, penta, exa. Da! There you go.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I like Fiona. The biggest one is big as fuck.
Hey, what about gigaquads? I thought that gigaquads were real.
Yeah, giga is a real thing. It's mega, giga, tera, penta, exa. Exa is the highest. That's 10 to the 18th power. That's huge.
I was making a Star Trek reference.
Yeah, giga. What the I think of flux capacitor. That wasn't measured in giga.
1100 gigawatts.
Giga. It's not giga. It's giga.
I was
flux
quoting
capacitor.
Doc.
was Back to the Future.
I know. They call them giga.
Back to the Future, dude.
Exa plus 1. What's greater than infinity? Infinity plus 1. No, it's not.
That thing used about as much power as my 1995 microwave.
What did?
CERN.
Oh. You know, that's a big motherfucker. Don't get me wrong, but when I was reading about the one in China, it's supposed to be like 7 times bigger. That's just a monster. Googleplex, Google Complexion. I was wrong the other day. I actually made mistakes, and I was corrected. I thought the highest number that was actually useful was called Graham's number. I have subsequently found out there's actually integers higher than Graham's number, but it's still pretty high. It's so high it actually uses a different notation. It uses what's called arrow notation. It's weird notation for how high these numbers really are. I'm like, what the hell would you need these numbers for? They don't have any useful. They're not quite infinite, but they're huge.
Are you talking about the infinity? There's a name for it. The infinity arc. So it's like a group of infinities that create an arc, given a separate, not a number, but like a numeral. And
I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to look.
Of infinity.
But yeah, Graham's is not the highest. Yeah, there are subsequently numbers that are higher than Graham's. Yeah. Just ridiculously high numbers, right?
Counting above infinity, but it was most.
Well, you don't count above infinity, and I mean, infinity is infinity in the real number line, right? There's nothing higher than infinity because this doesn't make any sense to say that. But there are different types of infinities, and some infinities are greater than other types of infinities. That's where the cardinality comes in. That's where the alpha 0, alpha 1, alpha null they call it. That's when you have those things come into play because they do have a different degree.
All I said to my friend was, I was just like, why do I need to know this? Because for me, infinity is not a number that I'm ever going to surpass in relative terms.
Well, you got to be careful.
Where I'm going to talk about more than infinity.
It's not a real number, but it's a number. It's not a real number. It's a type of hyperreal number.
I understand the concept of infinity, but like I said, it's not something that I'm ever going to need to surpass.
That's true. Right. Yeah, and Draculith put it in there. Yeah, and that's alpha infinity would be. Yeah.
Yeah. So he showed me the video, and afterwards I was just like, it's interesting, but it's not really pertinent to real life. Like there'd be specific branches of people who would need to count that high or need to theorize or hypothesize that high. But for the layperson like me, it's all Greek.
Well, literally. Yeah, pun intended, right?
No pun intended, yeah.
Well, there's Greek in there. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say infinity is not a number. I'd say infinity is not a real number. But, you know, theology is a mathematician. But it bugs me when people are here, you know, infinity is not a number. What is a number? It's just not a real number. It's a hyper-real number. It's just like, you know, you can't divide by 0. That's bullshit too. You can't divide by 0 in the real numbers, but you can divide by zero on like a Riemann sphere, because that will give you complex infinity. Right, Uology? Yeah. But anyways, going off topic here.
Okay,
whatever the hell the topic was.
One above my weight now.
Where does Spur go? Okay, you're not even Uology's not a mathematician, but he knows his math exceptionally well. You know, I do give credit where credit is due. I mean, my math days are over. I've forgotten so much about math I'll never get back. In fact, you guys did Dragnaut did a problem the other day. It was like sine xy equals tangent xy or something like that, and it was implicit differentiation. And I'm sorry, I couldn't have proofread that if my life depended on it.
Listen, you know what I call stuff like that? For me personally, head fuck. Because I can around numbers. Yeah, I mean, we're going to start adding letters to those numbers. I'm completely out.
Well, if you don't do it, dude, if you don't do it in 25 years or more, you don't remember the procedures to go about doing it, especially with trigonometric functions. You might remember that like the differentiation of sine is cosine or negative cosine, whatever the hell it is. But to do like implicit differentiation of like a formula, it's hard. I couldn't remember how to do that.
See, the only reason I ever tried to push myself for maths, because I hated maths, I hate numbers, I hate everything to do with that. The only reason I pushed myself for it was so that I could get better at science. And for science, you have to learn all the algebra and everything. And when they started introducing letters to it, I completely lost the plot there. I just could not do that for the life of me.
I forgot there's yada and zeta too, and yeah, urology is so dy dx when y is sine of x is equal to cosine x. Yeah, see that one most people remember, right? Because that one's pretty simple. But when you start getting the other ones, it's very difficult to remember the rules of differentiation of these things. And so if it's dy dx when y is sine of x, cosine x, correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's dy dx and y equals cosine x, is it negative sine x? Is that the differentiation? So the differentiation of sine x is cosine x, but the differentiation of cosine x is negative sine x. Is that right? So I'm going to refresh my memory.
No idea.
Anybody?
No, just lost me.
I know, we talk about math and everybody just goes to shit.
Yeah, you dropped the bomb on us right there.
Urology, all you had to do was say yes, by the way.
Maths was my worst subject in school, but my teacher always told me
I remembered enough,
I couldn't carry a calculator.
I mean, I didn't remember enough to know how to do differentiation of what Drag's doing right now, because I hadn't had it in years, but I remembered that the differentiation of cosine x is going to be negative sine x. So at least I remember something. Has Matt Bell ever been in Steve's Hangout before? Yeah, Matt Bell used to come in all the time. But nowadays he's too much of a contrarian, and I don't want to have him around. He just lies. He just changes the truth. He just completely is worthless to talk to because he doesn't even advocate his positions anymore. He just wants to have
he's become
a little fuck. He's a bell end, and I have no use for that. So.
I was listening to Matt Bell on Fundamentally Flawed with Alex Botton, and I wanted to reach through the screen and strangle him. And
I remember that vaguely. I remember. Was that the one where he basically? Oh my goodness. We just talked about this the other day. What were they talking about? Refresh my memory.
I'm trying to remember myself. It was quite a while ago.
I'm gonna have to
it all started off though with him complaining that he didn't receive the link to join. He was complaining about.
Well, you know, that reminds me. You guys, I'll tell you guys a little story, and I hope Vito doesn't get mad at me for relating this. He related it on air, so I'm not really. I think he was on air. Well, Vito had actually wanted Matt Bell to be on the Wrecking Crew comedy podcast, right? And anybody's ever watched the show before knows anything about Vito. It's basically a conversation he has with people, right? It's like welcome to my bubble with Bert Cole. And then he sometimes will make a little collage and make some video. If you haven't seen it, there's an episode on there that I'm on there. So Steve McRae on the Wrecking Pod comedy podcast, which he abbreviated on the title of the video. But he wanted Matt Bell to come on there, and Matt Bell didn't understand the format, right? He was just coming on to be an argumentative little shit, and that's not the purpose of the format. And he pissed Vito off to no fucking end because he was basically a total asshole. And I don't know if it never got broadcast. I don't know whatever happened to it, but he was like, this guy is a fuckwad because he had made it very clear to him, you know, this is a conversation. We just want to talk, get to know each other, you know, like having a beer. And, you know, he made it adversarial as like he usually does. And that's what he does. That's why nobody wants him to on his channel, their channel.
He did the same on the Fundamentally Flawed podcast. He was argumentative and aggressive throughout the whole thing. It was like he was trying to start a fight.
Surely people like this look around themselves once in a blue moon and think, I haven't got no friends. Maybe I should try being nicer to people.
They don't care. All they want is attention. Whether negative or positive, it makes no difference to them. Right? Negative attention to them is just as good as positive attention. We all know that Matt Bell is a bellend. We all know that he's a contrarian. We all know he's an asshole. When he makes a Google Plus thing and he puts dishonest Steve, everybody just kind of tunes away. Nobody takes him seriously, no matter what he says. It doesn't matter, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He has no credibility in this community, none.
Like a child throwing histrionics.
In fact, I didn't even bother to respond to him on most of them. Other people respond for me, and I appreciate you guys sticking up to me. I'm flattered by it. And half the time, you guys know more about the situation than I do. So yeah, it's fine. But yeah, they're like, Matt, shut the fuck up. You're a hypocritical piece of shit. You know, he literally got mad because he did not get on Dumb Fuck of the Year. That's what his trigger was. Really? I don't know, man. These people, I mean, you got to realize that when you're dealing with this many people, not everybody's going to be like relatively normal. And Matt Bell and the rest of them, they're in that category. In fact, Fiona, did you mention earlier? Did you hear earlier when I mentioned the Berninian Rhapsody that Side 10 had done, and that he had put Matt Bell on the opposite side of all the smart people?
Side 10 atheists.
Yeah, I don't think Matt ever got over that, because Matt has always now sided with the dumb fucks. I mean, he has a little buddy thing with Darwin's now. He stands up for EMK a lot. He basically just doesn't want to be a part of the community of actual smart people. Like, he insults Fox in the Know. He insults Max Hangs Out. He insults Fiona. He insults Hogtie. He insults Ozzy. Ozzy thinks he's a little fucking prick, I'm sure, by now. So.
You know what I've noticed? Like, and again, I'm not blowing smoke, but you guys are uber smart. But to counter that, you get some uber fucking idiots as well.
It's a balance in the universe, right? You know, well, my own channel is dedicated to literally getting smart people. I thrive on having intelligent people around, because how else am I going to learn anything? I mean, I'm not going to learn anything from idiots except for how not to be an idiot. And people want intelligent people around. They want to have conversations, and they want to listen into a channel where they're going to learn something. And Jeremy, you need to send me a message. I think I'll try to do it here.
None of it would help you.
Yeah, I agree. Anok. I think we're in the same boat.
Well, I tell you what, nobody listens to any of the Conquer Posse hangouts for their content, I assure you.
I do go and listen to G-Man just for a laugh.
That's what I'm saying. That's not listening for content, though.
Yeah, G-Man versus the Israelites is very funny.
Yeah, no, I will tell you this. He does do a good job with that. I'm not gonna take that away from him. I think he does a good job. You know, say what you want about G-Man, but he does a lot against anti-racism stuff, and I applaud him for that. He does do a good job. Do you guys agree upon that?
I haven't seen him do any anti-racism.
Yeah,
go watch his video.
Yeah, he's real good with it.
Yeah, he has a video out. It has like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 views of him just reaming street preachers that are black Israelites, talking about the white man being the devil and demons, something or other. You know, basically all the crap that they say the white man is just an evil person.
The white man Edomites.
Yeah, and he had taken him to task on it, saying, you know, well, what color was this person when they're born in the Bible? And this one guy was standing there, and the preacher said, hey, you know, you got no business being here. You know, this has nothing to do with you, white guy, blah blah. And G-Man stood up for him. He said, no, motherfucker, you got every right to stand right where you're at, and you don't have to go anywhere. And I was like, fucking hey, G-Man, you got some balls. That's there you go. I applauded him for that. If he would do that stuff more often, he would be a normal human being. Have you guys watched that video?
I think I saw some of it.
But see, here's the thing.
I don't get to watch that many videos these days.
Here's what Fiona just pointed out, though. He takes that, which is really good, right? Complimented him, and what then he does is now he calls everybody a racist, right? He's called Fiona a racist, Jackie a racist. I don't think he's ever called me one, but I don't know. But now instead of actually attacking the racist, he has applied the title everywhere. He's gone too far. He's been like the pendulum that just went too far over. So. Yeah, of course he supports biblical slavery. So does Veckel. They try to justify it all they want. In fact, I read an article the other day. It was basically like 10 lies Christians say, and it's from a Christian webpage. And one of the ones they tell people is, if you're a Christian and you portray the Bible as a holy book of God, you need to accept the fact that certain atrocities happen. You need to accept the fact that God committed genocide. You need to accept the fact that slavery existed. If you want to try to rationalize it other ways, that's different. But you need to acknowledge these things because they're in there. This is a Christian website that I read that was saying this, that, you know what, stop telling people that God didn't order the genocide of people. He did. And if you're lying, if you say that he didn't.
Anyone who's read the Bible knows that.
Well, yeah, but see, instead of saying, well, okay, he committed genocide, but let me explain it this way, that's a different line of reasoning. But if you say, no, God never did, or that never isn't in the Bible, or whatever, you're just wrong.
Okay, now I couldn't get a very good translation, but I have read a loose translation of the Quran. I have read a lots of parts of the Bible, and I've read my own my ex-holy book, if there is such a thing, which was the Guru Granth, because I was originally Sikh. And I've read parts of the Hindu book, the Gita.
Okay.
And the inconsistencies in all of them, like especially when you look at parts where they do like little crossovers here and there, the timelines are different, the events happen in a different chronological order, and it's just a real mess. So like, forget one book contradicting itself. If you put all the books together and they try and like do this, it must be real because we mention it in our book and they mention it in their book. But if you go back and read those places in correlation to each other, they're completely fucking different testimonies.
What are you talking about?
Well, you gotta be careful because, like I said, I just got a message today. I got somebody who correlated Jesus with Norris, that using that same reasoning, and of course we all know that's flawed. There's no correlation between the stories of Norris and Jesus. People made that shit up. And I don't know anything about the Quran or other religions to say that there's a correlation, but
here's one. The Torah and the Bible and the Quran all mention the giants Gog and Magog. Are you familiar with that story?
Yeah, Gog and Magog, that's when the final tribulations take place.
Yeah. And I can't remember the video now, but I think it was Potholer 45 covered that whole arc, and he pinpointed all the inconsistencies between the three different versions of that story. So that's basically what I'm getting at.
If I ever meet,
I would expect there are correlations there, though. I mean, that they're all of them are talking about the Judaic God, so I don't expect them to be that, some not correlation there. But anyways, real quick, I just read this. Jake Herder, I guess true block Jake Herder, and it's like, wow, he's just blocking everybody. Now he blocked Jake too. That's just funny. He's living in a little bubble. Sorry, I just read this, so just block everybody that is giving him actual facts. I can't hear you.
Oh, speaking of blocking, I got blocked by Steve Shives today.
No, you've been blocked by him before, you said.
No, I got blocked by Nephilim Free for correcting his spelling.
Yeah, I don't deal with Steve Shives, so whatever.
Isn't Steve Shives supposed to be an alright guy though? Because I've seen some of his videos where he does like
his early stuff was brilliant. His An Atheist Read series was great.
But he went to the Atheist Plus, and I think that's kind of destroyed him.
It's the feminist
Social justice warrior crap
now because of his wife.
That's sad.
Right. I mean, if he would have stuck with just an atheist thing, I think he would have done okay. But bringing in the social justice warrior, people don't want it. People think it's complete bullshit. So, I'm in that camp.
Atheism
hey,
plus
Scott.
Killing people is killing us.
Live feed. I'm going to invite Scott in here. I'm going to go turn it over for a few minutes to you guys so I can go do some things.
Yeah,
real
sure,
quick.
mate.
Hey, Steve, before you go, I shot you a link in the group chat.
Another one?
Actually.
Bro.
Oh, the job you applied for. That was kind of cool,
Oh yeah, no, I get things like that all daily in my mail. I mean, you see my mail; it's all stuff like that. Yeah, winter site manager of Antarctica. Yeah, that sounds good.
No, I applied for that job. I have an interview in L.A.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, that's more for you because that's your area.
No, but
you like the Antarctica. You like cold weather.
Yeah, but the thing above it is the job listings for that company in California. They replaced it. They're now the government contractor, no longer Northrop Grumman or Raytheon. It's that company now.
Oh, Raytheon's a big company. They've been around for a long time. They used to make some of the earlier vacuum tubes and X-ray tubes. Was Raytheon?
Yeah, but the company that does all the government contract work is now that company.
Oh, in fact,
so you might want to kind of look in there.
Most microwaves aren't they still made by Raytheon? Most magnetrons. The magnetron's the tube that's in a microwave.
It's either that or Honeywell.
Yeah. See, I was more familiar with General Electric, Westinghouse, and combustion engineering. Those are what I had to do the most work with. But of course, we had we knew a lot of the other contractors as well. Hey, Scott. What's up?
Oh, why are you yelling?
Because I'm happy to see you. Because you make me excited.
Just sexually, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It is what it is. So I'm just grooming myself for you. See, I'm getting all manly up.
You gotta get what happened to your beard? Wasn't it like dark before?
Yeah, I got old. Well, time.
What time? It hasn't been that long.
That was cheeky.
That picture of me for my icon is only 3 years old.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. But I always have dyed my hair since I was 17. But I'm just letting it go naturally and see what happens. And then I have to dye it. But, I mean, I gotta let it grow further.
Just from 3 years.
It feels really good though. I swear to God, I'm telling you right now. It just feels soft and nice, and I'm just oh my God.
Yeah,
if they do the costume contest, you can go as Brett Keane this year.
How would I look like? No, I look more like Bubble Fluff and Wingnut than I do Brett Keane.
Some of us have been.
I shave my head. What?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Steve. After I retired, I tried and start growing a beard, but that thing annoyed me, so I had to shave that thing off. Yeah, I had Jim in here earlier. He was 20-year retired, and he said the same thing. He doesn't. It doesn't feel right after like 20 years of being clean shaven. And yet, same here. I've always been clean shaven, except I had a mustache and goatee in the military for a little while. I was able to get a chit for that, the mustache at least. And then I got out. He started growing the goatee, and then I had a little bit of beard, but never that long. This is the longest it's ever been in my life.
I'm the complete opposite. I had a beard most of my life until I cut it off about 5 years ago when I became.
Well, yeah, but you're like, what was your nationality again? Because you said you're Sikh. So.
Yeah.
You what?
I was Sikh.
Yes. So where's you're from originally though?
I was born in the UK, but my dad's side of the family's from Kenya. My mum's side's from India.
Okay. So you normally would be a pretty hairy person, would you not be?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sasquatch type hairy.
Right. So I know people that you'd be called bear.
The problem is I've kind of fucked myself because when I had my beard, I used to gel the shit out of it to try and keep it to stay down because my hair's so curly, and I didn't like that. It looked like bum fluff, so I used to gel the shit out of it to try and keep it down. And then when I finally shaved it all off, I ended up having like patches of alopecia because of like where the gels just dissolved all the follicles and killed them off and shit. So yeah, now I've got to like crop my beard proper tight. I can't have any sort of like, I can't let it get long because it just looks odd with patches everywhere.
Yeah, well, I thought mine never would grow in right either. So I mean, I never let it grow as long as it's been. So I don't know how patchy it would be. But how do I? Rational said I got a fatter head. How do I have a fat head? Check your aspect ratio. What do you mean? I ain't got no fat head. I'm looking at it right now. I got,
I think he's got a curved screen or something.
It's 4x3.
Yeah, get off your Herculean monitor. You guys remember those Herculean monitors?
Yep.
They're orange. They're great. I love those fucking things. Best monitor ever made.
Nah, the best monitors ever made are the Panasonic 4K models that they have.
Is what?
Have you seen the picture on the Panasonic 4Ks, the small monitors, not the big ass ones, the small ones?
No, but I'm sure they're pretty
good. The clarity
good.
on those is ridiculous.
Yeah, I've seen ultra high resolution.
Yeah.
TVs.
Please don't tell me you're going all PC master race on me.
No, what?
All PC master race.
No.
Talking about monitors.
Oh no. I'm just saying that the Hercules monitor was a monochrome amber monitor. was really easy on the eyes. I mean, obviously back then it was like 88 computers, so it was like didn't have that much graphics, but it was just a good monitor. Then for color monitors, the best one ever made was a Sony Trinitron flat screen. Brilliant, brilliant monitor. Yeah.
You know what? Once upon a time, you could not match Sony for the vibrancy.
Sony was great. Yep.
And then they just pissed in their own pot and killed themselves. And
I was a diehard Sony fanatic.
You know they
when I was at
started
Circuit
using
City.
parts from Philips, don't you? That's eventually that's what killed them.
Was it from Philips?
Yeah, Panasonic, Hitachi, and I think the other one's Pioneer used parts from Philips in some of their...
I know that a lot of them shared parts, especially with Pioneer and Yamaha.
Remember Lowy?
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, I was at Circuit City for years. I had sold Hitachi, I sold Sony, I sold, you name it, I sold it. I was into it at the time, and I loved the Sony. The Sony was my favorite of all time. I thought they were just the best.
Sony was mine as well.
Trinitron, yes.
Hey, Steve, I'm going to be back later, okay?
Yeah, well, if I'm on air, but yeah, you got to join us more often.
I know. Everything's just so busy with the opening and all that stuff. So
when is that done though? It's only like a week-long thing, isn't it?
No, we just got approval by the city, so we have 12 more days. So I don't know how that's going to do with the fans and all that stuff. So I got to figure that out.
When you get done with it, come back in and let us know your experience with it.
I will. It's a fun story.
Shalom.
Take care.
See you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
The ones you want to stay away from, I'll tell you the biggest pieces of shit in the world. Lenovo.
Oh, don't even get me started, dude.
Pure crap. E-machines. Pure crap.
You know what's worse than them?
There's nothing worse than E-machine.
Bush.
Okay, that's so bad I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Must be
Bush is let me put it this way, like where I work now, most of our jobs are covered by D&G Domestic in General.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so bad that Bush TVs won't be covered by their policy no matter how new they are.
Yeah, you know what? There's types of electronics out there. They're just so poorly made that
a 48-inch Bush TV tomorrow, you can try and put it on their policy, and they'll tell you to shove it up your ass.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, E-machine. If you ever own an E-machine, man, I didn't like to sell them. I even tell people, they're crap. I mean, I'm sorry, they're cheap. Well, okay, you're gonna get your pay for it. They think we're trying to upsell them. I'm like, no. This is a piece of shit computer. What do you want me to tell you? I'd rather have you not buy it because I know when I first started selling e-machines, we got returns, right? And it's like, you sell 10 e-machines, you get 8 back. What's the hell's the point? Might as well sell them something a little bit more expensive but better, and you don't get any returns. But anyways, I'm going to go start some dinner here real quick. So I'm going to turn this over to you guys. Who wants to control one person? Who's going to stay here? I'm going to give mods to so they can show people. But only show people and you look at their profile to verify that it is them.
Yeah, I don't
Give
know.
It to me.
Ask you for that
Promise not to become a tyrant.
Steve,
well, I think Geist knows more than anybody. So Geist, you're going to get control.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You go ahead and throw me the controls.
Yeah, I was just going to say you don't want to get to the one guy who's got a fucking anarchist sticker.
Oh, please.
But if anybody wants to link, just have them message Geist. Validate that is the person. What I just usually do is I see the message and I can tell this is the person because I've got history with them, and I'll send them a link. But if it's somebody that just pops up and you don't have no history with them, they could be anybody impersonating somebody. So make sure that you know it is. I mean, at this point, if we get sniped, I don't care the video, but yeah. I mean, I want to continue it too, but I got to make something to eat. So I'm going to take about 15-20 minutes for that. So you guys continue on the topics and
bon appetit, bro.
All right, now it's time to start kicking everybody. Start paying up.
Please, no, anything. No. I'm new to this. I'm still new to this. Be nice. Be merciful.
Hey guys, with great power comes great responsibility. Then you know it.
Yes, I have been corrupted. Absolutely.
Just one thing. GV, my friend, my longtime pal. If you're gonna kick me, you have to do it lovingly.
You suck up.
Yeah.
I need before I kick you. I want to see your webcam so I can see the fear in your eyes as I do it.
You kicked me long time.
I'd turn on my webcam, but unfortunately it would automatically kick me because I'm on a 10-year-old bodged laptop.
Nice.
I have two choices. I have a PC running Windows 95 or this.
It'd be worse. You could be running like something, Windows fucking ME or something.
I don't know. There's this guy down here, this Jeremy. He appears to be running it on a phone. This is very upsetting. This appears to be better than my laptop.
I don't know how people can do things on their phone. That's be too distracting or something.
Amazing shit on my phone.
Especially if you fucking walk into the bathroom and forget about it.
3310.
Well, the thing is, like, if you're on the phone in the Hangout and you go to the bathroom and you forget you're on the Hangout. You got your
Dude, I've done that on Skype. So yeah, no comment.
Well, since this is a Steve's Hangout and it's live, who's got porn?
Not saying a word.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is, with 25 terabytes of hard drive space, I've got a little bit of everything.
That's too much information. Leaves a lot to my imagination.
Well, always remember the internet was made for porn.
That's not true.
No, actually, the internet was made during the World War so that they could send covert missions. It was originally news bins.
I thought that was pigeons.
In fact, I'm pretty sure if we took all the porn off the internet, there'd only be one website left. It would be a forum, and the first post would be, "Where did all the porn go?"
That was fucking brilliant. Love it. Oh, listen to this, yeah? Like, I was on YouTube like a couple of weeks ago, and I swear to God, this is the best comment I've ever read on a YouTube video. It was by a guy called Gez, and it was on a Lawrence Krauss debate video, and his comment was, well, in my part of the United States, weed is legalized, and now homosexuality is legalized in most of America. So the Bible got one prediction right: when a man layeth with another man, both shall be stoned.
Oh, I see it now.
That's about right.
Yeah.
No, Jeremy, come back with your awesome phone.
Oh no, he's gone?
Yep.
I didn't kick him.
That bad, huh?
I don't believe you. Give me mod.
Fuck no. Give me some money in my PayPal.
I'm not surprised I don't get mod. None of you know me. I could
when
be
Steve comes
anybody.
back, he's going to edit out this entire segment.
I hope not.
We're gonna kill his crowd. You know that we're gonna kill like all his loyal fans. They're probably switching off in the droves right now.
What's the view count?
Are you kidding? We're talking
33.
about porn. This will draw them in.
Jesus fucking changed his Hangout label to something, discussing porn and modern science or something like that.
The science of
ASCII
porn.
Stephen Curtis is talking about ASCII porn. The good old days when you had to wait like 5 hours for what you thought was an arse to load, only for it to be a peach.
Or two peaches right next to each other.
Yeah, or that.
Oh my god, dial-up porn.
Yep.
And then your mother picks up. Then your mother picks up the phone and cuts it off. Oh, lost someone else.
Who remembers when your family runs out, you quickly move the computer as close as you can to the phone line socket and plug in the LAN cable from one to the other, just to get some slow ass internet before your family gets back.
That was way after my time. My time was trying to stay up in the middle of the night to fucking watch Skinamax on TV.
Oh shit!
Back in the day,
I'm an 80s kid, but very, very late. I'm 81, so
79,
73,
79. That was a good song. Was it 79?
Yeah. Anyway, Perhaps we should talk about something that won't get edited out.
Porn.
The lack of porn.
Established, that's gone. Steve, I'm sorry I started this. Please don't blame me. I want to come back.
Remember, Steve, he wanted mod control.
The porn is strong with this one.
I'm getting too old for this. So, Amar, you were raised as a Sikh. Well, your family are Sikh.
Yes.
If I said that right. I've read part.
99.5% of them are Sikh.
I've read part of the Yari Granth. It was an interesting book.
It is. It is.
Certainly much better than the Bible or the Quran.
Yeah, but again, this is what I was saying last week, I think it was. And the point I made is like a lot of my family are like, but our holy book isn't like their holy book. Our holy book teaches peace and tolerance and this, that, and the other. And I goes, yeah, but you got to realize your holy book was written like 600 years ago. So you've got the advantage of being the new kids on the block and learning from everybody else's mistakes. You can't use the argument like that. If you're the newest ones on the scene, you can't be bragging about the fact that you're an update. But if you look at like the ancient stories and stuff in there, like you'll see the same sort of inadequacies and fairy tales and stuff like that. And believe you me, it was so hard for me to say things like that, even to myself when I first became an atheist. It just left a really sour taste in my mouth. But eventually I just thought, if I'm talking crap about everybody else's fairy tales, and yet I won't bring mine to the forefront, that makes me a hypocrite. And that's one thing I never want to be. So I just had to get over it.
I was quite lucky.
I see everybody's bullshit equally.
I was quite lucky because I was not raised in a religious household. Aside from going to church, well, possibly, yeah. Aside from going to church for the occasional wedding or funeral.
So your family was religious, but they just never discussed it in the house?
No. Not at all. I mean, there were Bibles in the house, which I read, but neither my mother or my father went to church. Neither of them, I don't think my mum believes.
See, for me, it was a long struggle because, again, like, I think one thing that I've struggled with is to break away from the religion but hold on to my heritage and culture, because for me they're two very different things. I love like my language and the culture and the history of our people and all the festivals and stuff like that, but trying to distance that from the religious side of it is more difficult than you'd believe.
Well, I have some neighbors who are Sikh, and I have seen how they dress up for weddings. Their culture's amazing.
It is.
I saw the henna tattoos the women wear, and some of them were so beautiful.
Yeah, I actually do those tattoos. You know the henna? I actually do like the designs for that as well, and, like special occasions and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, because I was never academic, but I'm artistically inclined.
So I go away for a minute and it turns to porn. By the way, porn note to you people, porn at 2.4K baud isn't very fun. You know, remember the days of 2.4K baud? It's like you're watching. You know, this is how it is at 2.4K baud. You're like, oh wait,
yeah,
get it. It's so slow. That's I remember back in the day, I used to have a TV as a black and white TV, and it had a analog tuner, so it wasn't a digital tuner. It wasn't
I remember those, yeah.
Yeah, they call them a PLL loop now, a phase loop, phase lock loop, which is a type of a system for having a tuning on a frequency. And before then, they had a little knob, and it was just basically a capacitor that would change the relationship between an inductor, and that's how you would tune things. Well, back in the day, we had on TV and select TV broadcasting over the airways on the UHF bands, like around 55, channel 55 or something like that. And it basically scrambled such that it would have this black line that would go down the middle. It'd be all wavy and mixed up, right? But it's black and white TV. But occasionally, if you turned it off the carrier frequency just a little bit, the black line way moved over here and everything kind of put in, and you're like, boobs! Those are boobs! Because they'd have the adult TV, you know, late at night. And I was like a 14-year-old kid going, boobs!
You take something beautiful like porn and then start explaining the science of the TV, that just kills it.
No, that's what made it great, right? It was the science and porn. You're like, you're looking at black and white tits, and you're like, God, that's, yeah, buddy. I can imagine that back in the day when, you know, porn was considered having something that had a hemline above the kneecap, you know? It's like, I see kneecap. Yes.
Okay. Steve ruined it for everybody. If anybody wants me if anybody wants me to kick Steve, just let me know.
None of you are going to have sex ever again after this. I just want you to know this. I've ruined you sex for the rest of your life if you're heterosexual. If you're homosexual, I'll figure it a way as well. You know?
I will kick Steve if you donate $100 to his Patreon.
There you go. Steve, fucking kick me.
Is the one
I've had it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There have been people that actually were very generous and have donated $100, $200, and some people that are like 25 just to my PayPal and stuff like that. So I mean, the people that have donated, I mean, God bless you. I mean, it's you have no idea how much it saved my ass. It really has, trust me. So I like the only reason I like the Patreon is even though Patreon takes a bigger cut, they take like 10% off and transfer the funds. It's a couple bucks, but I like the Patreon only for the fact that it shows me like at least some monthly amount of statement of what it's going to be. And you're making noises there, but anybody who donates gets credits on my videos and, you know, my appreciation. So my channel is getting bigger. It's definitely working. I'm going to get bigger names on here, and I'm trying to do like every Friday big names. Bob Greaves is not really a big name, but people know who he is, so I'm going to try to get him on. I don't know.
Well, I have recommended your channel to everyone I know, all three of them.
Well, thank you, kind sir. All three of them? No. I noticed that I actually went from 840 subscribers to 844, or 843. So thank you very much. I noticed that. Yeah, 3 people.
One of whom lives with me, so it doesn't really.
Your mom, your dad, your cat. I got it.
No, my housemate and my friends. I haven't lived with.
I reported to YouTube
4 years.
The only two people I want to see on your Hangout: Michael Jackson or Elvis.
Yeah, I get impersonator. No, I'm at 846.
I could drive up to Vegas for you.
If I keep the pace, I'll have 1,000 by the end of the year. So hopefully that's the goal. Get 1,000 by the end of the year.
I want to ask Michael Jackson, and I only want to know this purely to know how much money I could have made. But when I was a kid, was I his type?
Oh, that was just.
Well, I mean, you're gonna be feel bad about yourself if you said no, right? If he says like no, you weren't my type, then you'd be like, why wouldn't you want to touch me, Michael? Was it not good enough for you? Didn't you love me? I thought you loved all the boys and girls. Well, most of the boys, but whatever.
Dude, I've got as much self-esteem as flat earthers do brains.
Well, you know, for all Michael's flaws, I mean, the guy had talent coming out his fucking asshole, and probably other things going in. But
yeah, he was.
The guy was I mean, Michael was huge when I was growing up, man. And say what you want about him, the guy fucking had talent, just amazing talent.
I mean, he wasn't just a fantastic singer. All his stage performances.
Yeah, singing, dancing, writing. He did a lot of his own producing, obviously. And I mean, the guy was just multifaceted, talented.
Talking of Michael, you know the guy who directed Thriller passed away quite recently, didn't he?
Oh. So what time I put in my pizza? I forgot what time I put in it. Oh well.
About an hour ago.
Yeah. No barbecue sauce on it. Just remember, there's no barbecue sauce on my pizza.
I got Hot Pockets. I'm good.
Those are good too. And I also buy these little burritos, not the Tina ones. I know you know the Tina burritos probably, but these other burritos, they're like egg and bacon, and they have a little bit of zesty salsa, but not hot. And they have like the chicken and something. I think they're really fucking scrumptious, dude.
Please don't start talking about food again. By the way, isn't it time for you to groom your facial hair?
I could talk about food all day because I like cooking. I love cooking.
You like when I do that? You like that?
Oh yeah, that gets
It's
me
kind of
off.
disturbing.
It just feels so wonderful. I really like it actually. It looks horrible. It looks good on camera, but it's actually more scraggly than you think because it's still kind of growing in. But it feels
Actually,
nice.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Was that photo seriously only taken 3 years ago?
Yes.
I found that.
That photo of me, that one was taken of me just before I sold my house.
Remind me never to sell a house.
Yeah, I told you, and I also put on 25 pounds. You guys don't believe that? Okay, you're gonna love this. Close your eye. Get rid of your children out of the room. Close your eyes.
There's no children in the room.
But can you okay. I mean, I'm getting a belly. I put on 25 freaking pounds or so.
Somebody please tell me you fucking screen captured that.
No. It's being deleted. This video is going down after this hangout. Yeah, I just showed you guys my sexy belly. No, I just put on a lot of weight, and I know my cholesterol's. I was telling somebody the other day, if my cholesterol's any higher, I'd be a cheeseburger. So, and I eat well. So. You guys are seeing my. I didn't take it. Well, I had some pictures. You guys want to see how long my beard was? Let me see. And this wasn't even that long. I can find more pictures.
Proper like a kid.
This is my goatee. Let me see.
Just put it on a webcam show.
Oh wait, how do I get in here? Oh, I don't want to go in here. Wrong account.
You can see most of my pictures. They're on my Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But one sec.
But see, the thing is, Steve has reached that point in his life where he's getting hair in funny places. His voice is going to change. He's going to start
getting hair in funny places. Yeah.
And his voice is going to change.
Let me clear some stuff out. Who the hell is this guy? I'm getting weird invites. Yeah, I don't know who you are, dude. Why yeah.
Dude, how do you reach it?
Hang on. How do you get such weird people sending you invites on Facebook? I don't know.
I know it took you like a month to fucking respond to my Facebook.
Did it?
Only took a
yeah, I
week.
sent you a message. It took you like a fucking month to respond to it.
Really?
It took a week for me.
Well, if I wasn't initially a friend, that's probably why, because it comes up as a different thing. It comes up as a other or something like that.
I was emotionally distraught.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
Steve, how do you screen share an image?
How do you screen share an image? Go to you go to a little green button on the corner there.
I've got to be very careful with this. Okay, screen share. I've got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I can't show you how long. I can't show you how my go-to how long it was, but I'll show you this. I got nothing to hide. But watch this. Again, if you have children or small animals in the room, please hide them right now. Okay? They don't want to see this.
Yep, infinity.
Okay, this is how I used to be. Really, okay. This is.
It looks like a porno box cover.
Yeah, she could have been. She was gorgeous. This is my girlfriend Marie.
Yeah. Are we talking about porn again?
Hang on. So let me look at me. This is on. Focus on me here. So you can see that it didn't really grow in very full. Yes, she's hot. I know she's fucking hot. And this is how long it started getting long, right? Filled in, and it was way down to here. It eventually got down to here. I mean, this is not a great picture, but this actually would have been down to here when I actually cut it off. Yeah.
Yeah, my beard was way longer than that.
And yeah, so I mean, it's growing thicker now. But look how gray. I mean, this was only like 4 years ago. What is this? This is July 2014, man.
Does anybody else notice that every one of those pictures he has a different girlfriend? So I don't think it's about the goatee. I think it's about the arm candy that he has with him.
You guys want to see my arm candy? You curious? Okay, this was Marie, my girlfriend in India. Okay, this was my girlfriend in Washington. Her name was Ellen. Okay, I still talk to all these people. She was not my girlfriend. This was my high school girlfriend, Misty Bernard. She's on YouTube, by the way. You can look at her. Probably look for Misty Bernard Renaissance fair, and she has a lot of videos. Like she's a flautist, but this was my jacuzzi, and this was her. Yeah, that's my first girlfriend. This is my girlfriend Jill of 5 years. When I had my mullet. This was the girl that I was dating when I moved down here, Izzy. Let's see. That was not a girlfriend. That's a friend. That's a friend. Any other pictures? I got more girlfriends. One sec.
I hope somebody's recording all this.
Yeah.
Being a nerd don't get you laid.
Let's see. Any other girlfriend picture? Wait, I picked the wrong thing. Oh yeah, here we go. This was my girlfriend Jessica. Right, I lived with her for quite 2 years. Well, she lived with me actually. This is her again. She lived with me for 2 years. This was not a girlfriend, but a girl that lived with me. She did porn. She was a webcam model, adult. This was Jill again, the one I lived with for 5 years.
And once again, we're back on porn.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, this is my daughter, so I'm saying anything dirty. You guys want to see my beautiful little girl? This is when she was a baby. She's 11 now. So this was, how long ago? This was 2010. So this was 6 years ago.
I see pure malevolence in that smile.
I got 2 little girls. One's 7 and one's 3.
Nice house, though. Anyways.
Yeah, lovely
I
house.
have no kids as far as I know, and I don't want them.
Any other girlfriend pictures? I'm trying to think. Yeah, this was my honey. Hell no! What is wrong
Hell
with you people?
yeah!
This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah's Dunk right there. This is one of my favorite memes. I love this one. It's like she's like, sorry, black boys, only white men can handle this. On behalf of black men everywhere, we wholeheartedly support your decision. On behalf of all white men, we sincerely admire your graciousness. However, we'll be declining your generous offer and adamantly urge that the Mexicans take one for the team. On behalf of the Mexicans, there's some jobs even we won't do. Maybe the Asians can take this one. Etc. You guys can read it, but oh my god, I mean, this is like the best fucking meme ever. Oh my god, I was laughing. On behalf of the Asian culture, we also kindly decline the generous act as we are practicing our arithmetic, playing piano, and ninja flying arts. Maybe the Muslims have the answers you seek. And then it does. There's 2 different versions of this one. The one that's really funny. It says, "On behalf of all Muslims, this meat isn't halal."
You know the funniest meme like
this meat is halal or something like that. It was funny.
I don't know if you guys have seen this meme. It's got a very large black woman sitting on the counter in her bathroom looking into the mirror. And underneath she's written, it's a Facebook pic, she's written, fresh and clean out the shower. And somebody underneath it has written, you spelled ocean wrong.
This was my last photograph of my father before he passed away. He was definitely not in good shape. So when people say like I didn't take care of my father, yeah, he before he went to the hospital, he had to be taken care of in the house, and he had diabetes. It causes the water to seep out of your legs. Literally, it seeps out of holes in your legs. It's freaking weird, and I would have to have changing the bandages. I didn't know that was even possible. I didn't know what that was. I mean, I was like, what the hell is this? Yeah. You know, his legs were like the size of tree stumps. They were just, oh, I gotta check my pizza. Go back.
Pizza man. Does
don't do it. Can. I mean, I'm really lucky the guy I live with can cook. Because, as I said the other night, I could boil water and make it stick to the pan.
I'm quite a good cook. And I never knew I was until I had to start cooking, and now I actually really love cooking. So yeah.
Oh, it's okay. 5 more minutes of my pizza. I was getting scared that I'm like, shit, did I just burn the shit on my pizza? But anyways, yeah, I've dated some hot chicks, guys. I admit it. Hot chicks.
Steve, when I go to picture share, it only shows me like a few images. How do I get like my entire directory of pictures up?
Okay, if you want to screen share, now remember, it's going to screen share everything. Go to the little green button and then click the first one, and then I'll present you. I mean, it shows
those
everybody.
are porn tabs. Don't forget.
When you do a screen share, you can select which one you want to show.
You can, but it's no more technical. So, you know.
Well, don't ruin it for them.
Just hide your porn stash.
Probably why it's taking them so long.
I don't have no porn open right now.
Right now.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
I can't promise anything for 10 minutes from now, but yeah.
Trevor's like, that used to be Steve. Yeah, that used to be me. That's only a few years ago, guys. I've not aged well because I told you I'm not feeling well. It's just been getting progressively worse, but it is what it is. I can get, once I get some meds, and I start feeling better, then I'll start exercising. I used to exercise an awful lot. I just can't do it now. And I am going to dye my beard because I want to keep it, but I want it to be dark like it was before. I think it looks obviously better. But it's in that, it's going to get to that scrabbly phase, like that second picture where it was like these little feelers. And it has to move past that stage. And that stage lasts about 4 months. It
Steve,
sucks.
this one's for you. I just wanted to share that for you, if you can see.
You're fat. Don't try to sugarcoat it because you'll eat that too. Aha. Thank you, Dr. Phil. And I'm not fat. I'm just big boned. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually getting fat.
No, dinosaurs were big boned. Yeah. They weren't fat.
No, I mean, I got a little bit of belly. It's nothing that bad. But I have put on 25
heard
pounds. So.
Fatties use that argument.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to use the flatty argument for Steve's pictures. They're all CGI.
Thank you. Yes, I digitally. There is one picture in there where I put the chick in. Did you guys see which one it was? Actually, I have one picture that's a composite. Yes.
That's the thing. When I was first invited to join, you guys were talking about flat earthers and Stephen Christ, and by the time I got in here, it had all changed. I don't like it.
We move on a lot. Yeah, we changed. We got to keep it fresh, man. Keep the flow going. No, but there's a picture of me of black and white with my friend Tina that I just adore, love her to death. She kissed the tip, then she said April Fools. Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I got loads of these.
Okay, we gotta check my these again.
Shit, I completely forgot what I was going to show you. I spazzed out. Sorry, give me a second.
He learned how to do a screen share. We're all ruined. It's all fucked now.
Yeah, you're all fucked.
Hey, at least it's not me. I'll start showing off my hobbies.
I'm gonna make you squirm.
I'm going to close this window.
For fuck's sake, where'd I put it?
You know, the thing is, Steve is muted, but he can probably still hear us.
Yeah, he's messing around with his pizza, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember or not. You remember when I said I like drawing and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Here's some of my work that I've done.
He's probably wondering what we are doing to his... Oh, wow, Ryu. Very cool.
Yep, Shinryu.
Steve's probably wondering, what the hell are these people doing to my show?
He's the one who put GV in charge. He's to blame.
Yeah.
I'm just here to be eye candy.
I like your icon. It reminds me of the... what was his name?
There's a game in it. It's from a game or something.
Medieval. It was the knight was the main character was an undead knight with a skull head.
That's the game.
That was mad fun.
Yeah, I don't remember where I got the skull from, but the eye is the eye from the HAL 9000 from 2001: Space Odyssey.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't let you do that.
Yeah. Dave.
Hey, Amar. That's a picture that I drew most recently. I don't know if you can see the side chat.
Oh yeah, you're the eye. You said that was your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even draw a stick man right.
Yeah, actually drew.
That's quite sick.
I actually drew that on my Galaxy Note too.
I'm just going to mute myself again for a moment because I think this is going to hurt.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it.
Ooh, nice.
You don't need to tell us what you're doing there.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, so I do like art and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the whole 3D CAD thing, but I gotta upgrade my computer for that shit.
My computer is a beast.
Sculpting?
I'm not joking. My computer is a fucking beast. You remember when I said how much hard drive space I had? Well, here you can see that I wasn't joking. Watch how many hard drives there are in this. Okay.
I see nothing.
Yeah.
You will in a second. I'm just sharing now. Here we go. And there's two more on the other side you can't see. Altogether, my PC is 25 terabytes.
Man,
That's
that's pretty good.
That's a Asus 6600 GTX in there with a Sabertooth motherboard, a 1200 watt power supply. I've got 32 gig of Corsair gaming RAM in there, and a few other bits and bobs.
A little small nuclear reactor there in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's connected to It's connected to a 7.1 surround system with a 46-inch TV I'm using as my monitor.
And it needs to be dusted.
And in 6 months, it will no longer be seen as like top of the market.
Oh, I built it like 3 years ago, so it wasn't top of the market the day I built it. So it took me
People
like
used to
7 months.
exaggerate how often you have to upgrade PCs, but it is what's putting me off.
It's how well you future-proof it when you make it.
Yeah. Yeah, the next build that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna do like a crazy, elaborate like water loop build. Actually, there's an example of it. Let me find the picture and show you guys. Give me a bit.
To all you guys, this is from the bottom of my heart, and yeah, as soon as it wants to fucking show this.
Uh-oh, the computer's acting up.
No, I'm on my laptop.
He's got 25 terabytes to go look through for files here. Just give him a minute.
Oh, yeah.
If this is porn, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I am on my laptop, so.
Oh.
Uh-huh, sure.
So am I, and that's also where I keep my porn.
I love this picture.
Oh,
I know.
I think it was a bad idea to teach Amar to screen share.
Yeah. Whoever did that, you're fired.
It was Steve.
Yeah, he's getting kicked. It's like giving a flat earther mock controls.
I haven't even started with the tasteless pictures yet. Oh, for those of you who are super geeks and nerds like me, you're gonna love this one.
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
This is the last one that I'm doing for now. And I just think this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It is hilarious.
It better be the last one, or I'm bringing in the flat earthers.
Excuse me. Yeah, so that's it.
Well, this is Spider-Man reading. Wait. Is Spider-Man reading Atlas Shrugs by Ayn Rand?
Yes, he is. I love that picture. Just because.
All right, from now on, every time fucking Amar comes in here, I'm just going to think of this.
Fuck you very much.
That's all again. Yeah.
I gotta put it back up.
Yeah, I like that little bunny.
Give me a second here. God damn it.
You do not want to get into a picture war with me because I have literally hundreds of thousands of pictures.
But I got a bunny.
I just like the title of it. Oh Christ, it's this asshole again.
The thing is, I got most of my shit on my fucking phone. I don't have very many meme pictures on my computer.
Yeah, I've got like 64 gig on my phone, and that's
And you can tell how old that book was because it sold for 29 cents.
And it's an elf book.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the same company that fucking makes maps.
Oh.
Rand McNally.
But I never knew picture sharing could be this much fun. I'm sure you guys don't agree, but hey, fuck it. Yeah, I thought he'd like that.
Damn, I cannot find the damn loop that I wanted to do.
By the way, it's got all of our icons. Is my icon showing up in full, or is it like cropped really badly? Has it cropped like the top of my head off?
Well, your circle?
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're
because on my screen it's showing like cropped to shit.
Oh yeah, that's your screen though.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah, the internet does not care what your screen shows; it's what their screen shows.
Computer says no.
Yeah, mine's doing the same.
Oh, computer says no.
Although, I think for sudo, it's not really a problem.
Yeah.
Oh well. I guess I'm never gonna understand.
Just don't give a fuck.
Alright, so
do you guys know the joke about the German midget and the prostitute?
Don't.
No? Okay, I'll save it for another time.
All I gotta say is hey,
I can imagine.
I'm kind of going off the deep end.
Steve, I can imagine poor Steve is going spare.
Yeah, probably. I was just gonna say he's never gonna let us onto another hangout as long as we live.
Can you guys?
He's probably over there cutting his pizza right now, looking at the screen, going, "I'm not fucking walking into this one."
That wood was gorgeous.
Yeah, so this is
these assholes are banned.
Like this is the tower that I'm gonna use. Right?
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm trying to find a picture of the water build setup that they had. It's like little. They look like glass tubes, right? With like silver
case that I really wanted.
Yeah.
Thermaltake case. I swear it's the daddy. Let me just find it once. It's literally the sexiest case I've ever seen.
What are you people doing to the great debate community?
We're getting memes.
We're making it great. We're putting the great into it.
I promised I wouldn't. I promised myself I wouldn't do this.
You lied. You're a sinner.
Hey, so far I haven't done anything.
You lied to yourself. Bollocks, where the fuck is it?
This is so not going on the internet, which is upsetting. I wanted my housemate to see this tomorrow.
We just have to make it so Steve has to do a lot of editing.
Not going on the internet, and the only reason for that is because I promised Steve that every video that I feature in, I'd stick it on my Facebook and my Twitter, and my Google, and on everything else I got. And I so don't want to put this one on there. just because like my family's on my Facebook. I promised them that I'd be chatting with some of the most intelligent people on the planet about concurrent and interesting things. They don't need to see this.
Well, that rules me out.
Okay, all right. Now here's the question: did they misspell Berenstain?
Berenstain or Berenstein? I don't know. That looks correct.
I'm pretty sure Steen is spelled E-I-N, not A-I. That's Berenstain.
Yeah, it is E-I-N. I'm pretty sure it is.
No, it's Berenstain. B-E-R-E-N-S-T-A-I-N. If you think otherwise, you came from a different quantum reality, and you can go back unless you have a green card.
Yeah.
If you're in my quantum reality illegally, get the fuck out.
You're going to build a wall to keep me out?
Yes, I'll build a wall. But yeah, no, it's actually S-T-A-I-N, and yet there are people convinced out there that it's E-I-N. It's not.
Yeah, because when they made a TV show of it with the cartoons, they put it in the TV guide, and they fucking misspell it in the TV guide.
Right.
They use that as proof.
Right. It's the same thing that happened with Interview with the Vampire. The movie was Interview with the Vampire, and then the book came out overseas, and it used the word "ah." You know, movie with a vampire.
Dude, I haven't seen that film for years.
Or you're all from different quantum realities. That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
Me.
Is there going to be a new book out by the Berenstain Bears? Grab her by the pussy?
No.
No.
Me.
Shouldn't you be eating your pizza or something?
I am. Good.
Good.
Can't we have some intelligent conversation, or do I have to start sharing pictures?
All right, you do realize that most times in these hangouts, it's flat Earth, intelligent design, creationism.
In that
You
order.
want intelligent conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think this is, man? You gotta pay for good quality shit.
Yeah.
It's Monday. The way it works is this: as the weekend, as Friday gets progressively closer, the shows get better. Monday, nobody cares about.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's fucking dragging their ass home, back home from work.
You know, if I could swap brains with any one person on the world, I would swap brains with a flat earther. Because I can guarantee you that brain would be 100% brand new, never been used.
Yeah, but it's also full of bullshit.
Do you actually think you'd get anything in this trade?
Sorry?
Do you actually think you'd get anything in the trade?
I'd get a brand new brain that's never been used.
That's if they've got one to give.
True. That obviously that goes without saying.
Yeah, my daughter has studied planets in her
If I happen to
schooling.
pick the right flat earther who has the brain for that day, because I'm under the impression that they got like one brain, and they pass it around between them.
My daughter has learned all about the stars and the planets, and she knows around.
It's like alien
How
technology.
would this work any other way, kind of thing. I'm like,
brain.
What's your back?
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, every time Red does a rocket launch video, just remember this meme.
Red rocket.
Steve, I know you're not a nerd, but tell me what you think about this. Well, okay. Gotta close my phone tab first.
Odeon, just to give you a heads up, your mic is like really quiet, like you're really far away from it.
Yeah, now he's like sucking it down. Way to go.
Yeah. He's throat
Okay,
jogging.
can you guys see it? This is the chassis that one of the chassis I'm thinking about buying to do a custom build on.
That's an interesting chassis.
It's called the S-frame.
The design of it.
I've seen chassis like that before. Very cool.
Freaking expensive.
How can it be expensive? There's nothing to it.
Yeah, it's just sheet steel that's been around.
Yeah, but okay, it's just the way how it's designed, right? Like, I don't know how to explain this, but like it's definitely worth the money because you get really great cooling from this shit, and it's easy to clean and maintain as well. And I mean, it's a showpiece, right? So if you want to do like a really cool build and you want to like show it off or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I like how they got the glass as the other side panel like that, or plastic, whatever it is.
Yeah, that way you can tell when the computer's all full of cat hair and dust.
I
can't
actually
dust
find
bunnies.
a picture of the case that I want, but basically it's sort of like open plan. You get rivets, and the shelves are all like sizable, so you can change.
Oh, that thing will just suck up carpet lint all day.
It's called
That's why you have those like normally when you do a build like that where
oh Dean, you're going robotic.
Your mic's blocking.
Turn off the screen share because we can barely hear you.
Yeah.
Google Hangouts.
You're still going robotic.
Yeah, you're really bad now.
What are you doing, cat?
Uh-oh, we lost him. It wasn't me. Oh, fuck, he's back. I got you.
I'm trying to unmute myself and accidentally turning my camera on, and I don't want any of you to know what I look like. I need my anonymity.
That's why I bought a fucking monitor that doesn't have a fucking webcam.
Yeah, too late for me.
Well, yeah, yours is just disturbing.
Yeah, and what's funny is I couldn't even like come back in as somebody else because everybody would recognize my voice, which is not really unique, but oh shit, grabbing my pizza.
Steve, I'll just let you know, you just when you put your webcam on, you just ruin the illusion.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of women say tell me the exact same
One of the
thing.
most distinctive voices on here, I think.
What the fuck is that sound?
It's the laser pointer. It's the laser pointer for the cat. The battery's mostly dead.
Oh, that was Amar. I muted him. Oh, sorry.
That's dead.
What, the cat or the laser?
The laser pointer.
Ah!
Little
Why do you kill the cat?
He's like the cat or the laser pointer.
Well, it's Schrodinger's cat toy. You got to question it, right?
Is the cat alive or dead? Dead. Definitely dead.
This is the toy or the cat. Which one's dead?
Was it a couple days ago? I was in Hannah Zuby, I think her name is, Hangout. Anyways, some guy in the background sounded like he's fapping in the background. We're like, "Are you fapping or what?" And he goes, "I'm just tossing a salad." And they're like, "Dude, that's not really helping your cause right now."
So funny.
I was tossing salad.
Yeah, he was actually, tossing, salad in a bowl, and he was tossing it back and forth. But it's not like he was fapping. So, but when we asked him, "Dude, are you fapping or something like that?" He goes, "No, I'm tossing a salad." It's like, that's not really helping your cause.
That's funny. It's so funny. Oh, dude, look at this, yo. This is so sexy. I think I wet my pants looking at it.
I'm just going to stick with my Commodore 64. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is like a main screen. I wonder how long it took to put something like this together, though.
The thing is, as soon as you build that thing, it's like outdated already.
Yeah.
It's all nice to look. I like how they got it's all clean, everything like that, with all the piping and stuff.
That's what I want to do. That's the type of piping I want to do. I don't want to do the simple bullshit like loops and that's it. I want something super complicated and challenging. I'm tired of doing like simple builds.
It's all fun and games. It still starts leaking on itself.
Yeah.
Nah.
It overheats. But how many fans do you have on it?
Water cooling is like the best cooling.
That's the kind of fucking computer when it powers up, the fucking nuclear power station of Palo Alto needs to kick it in high gear.
They're like, okay, guys, we need to we need to increase in reactor power. Let's call Sean.
Drop in some more. Well, pull out some more rods. Here we go.
Call Ronnie. He knows about this shit.
You know what I would like to try though? A mineral oil drill.
I thought the better way to go is obviously oil cooling over water. Oil has better conductivity than water does for heat transfer.
I keep on muting myself.
Don't you have to get like pure fucking water for that?
Well, yeah, but what's the thermal conductivity of mineral oil compared to water? I actually don't know. Let me look it up.
I think water would be better because it's which is more dense. I think mineral oil is like more dense, I guess.
Let's find out.
Why don't you do like those thermal power plants that use solar energy that get reflected onto that one little tower, that goofy looking tower system where they use liquid sodium as their heat
Sodium
transfer.
graphite? Yeah, sodium graphite cool. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know the problem with sodium graphite cool reactors? You know what the main problem is? Have any idea?
I don't think the sodium
I'll tell you.
Cool down his computer.
There's a couple different things, but the main reason we can go ask Ronnie because I'm sure Ronnie knows all about this stuff. The main reason what happens with a sodium graphite reactor, it has what's called a positive coefficient of reactivity. Okay, and what a positive coefficient of reactivity means that you have to actually fight to keep the reactor from going out of control. A negative temperature coefficient of reactivity. Yeah, I forgot the word temperature. So a positive temperature coefficient of reactivity. A negative temperature coefficient, like a pressurized water reactor that uses water, as the temperature gets hotter between the T hot and the T cold, you have a loop. The T average is the amount of temperature between the T hot and T cold. As the T average goes up, water density changes, right? What happens when water gets hotter? What happens to the density of water? It actually gets less dense. Because it gets less dense, it has what's called the negative temperature coefficient of reactivity. The neutrons have to go further to hit the water molecules to thermalize. They have a longer path length. So you have less thermalized neutrons in the reactor core because they have to get more distance, and so they don't have as many fissions. Where you don't have many fissions, obviously your reactor will shut down after a period of time. So you won't have a thermal runaway effect. The more you heat up the water, the less effective your moderator is or the more effective your moderator is, but the less effective the reactor is because you're going to be losing power. Now, with the sodium, the opposite happens. With a sodium reactor, and the hotter the immediate moderator gets, the more thermal neutrons are produced. This is bad. Almost like his vaping in the mic, like in my ear. This is very bad because if you have more thermalization of neutrons and uranium likes thermal neutrons, what's going to happen to your fuel? It's going to absorb these neutrons and have higher energy. It's going to increase your water because the amount of fissions taking place in the reactor only affect your temperature. It doesn't affect reactor power. Okay, so that's a big misconception. The reactor power is not affected by how many fissions are taking place. It has affected by what your temperature is at. So if you have a sodium-cooled reactor, what's going to happen there, buddy? You're going to have more neutrons being thermalized, more fissions, higher temperature, which is going to thermalize more neutrons that are going to make higher temperatures. What happens at this point? It gets a runaway effect, and the reactor core catches on fire because what happens is it'll actually start disassociating the hydrogen from the oxygen, and the hydrogen is going to burn. You have an explosion. Welcome to Chernobyl. So yeah, very, very piss poor design. If you didn't understand that, I can do it slower. But if you want to, you can go ask Ronnie because Ronnie's an expert on everything. So.
What are we discussing here?
Apologize to the audience. We were talking about porn, and Steve had to ruin it with science shit. So I do apologize.
There's one subject I have actually studied,
Yeah, but Steve, I do have a question though for you though with this reaction that you're talking about. Does it dissolve in water?
Yeah, actually. It's funny you mention that because one of the things we have to do is in the secondary side, we have to add chemicals to it. Some of the chemicals are called sodium tetra. Oh my goodness, it's classified. Hang on.
It's that classified stuff that you add.
What is it? It's no, it's a type of soap. It's
Irish Spring.
Is it fairy?
Dove.
Oh my God, what is it called? So it's I can't remember.
Palm olive
powder.
Ivory.
Okay, wait a minute. One of them was sodium hypochlorite. Okay, I remember that one. Sodium hypochlorite.
I know the bath salts.
What was the other one?
Fucking.
I got some in the garage. No, God.
You're talking about bath salts, right?
Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. So we'll go with sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite is where you add it in the water to keep algae levels down, bacteria. And that's for the drinking water. It had nothing to do with the reactor, but this is drinking water. And it dissolves the powder. So I mean, we watch it go into solution. Then you what's called turbidity test. And with a turbidity test, you take the eye drop and you basically take what's called silver nitrate, and you drop drops of silver nitrate in it. And if it has this nice milky color, it's good to go. And if you get the shit on your hands, it turns your hands black. It's like this black weird thing that it turns your hand because it reacts with the salt in your sweat. So we did have to know about dissolving. We did have to know what dissolving meant. We took chemistry. And that's why when Ronnie's like, well, Steve doesn't know anything about this shit. It's like, dude, I learned the chemistry for a fucking reactor system plan, including the secondary systems, okay? I had to take it at one time for corrosion, prevention. But I still can't remember the goddamn name of the chemical that was most prevalent in there. Oh, my goodness. It helped reduce crud traps.
If you are aware of him, what is your opinion on Thunderfoot?
What? I like Thunderfoot.
Yeah, I love Thunderfoot's videos. I find them wicked. That guy is so entertaining to watch.
Why? Yeah, I like Thunderfoot a lot. I thought it was triphosphate.
I was going to do it. The whole reason I was asking that is there any chance you could ask him if he'd come on to hang out with us?
He's usually he's really busy. I know people that know him. We could try. I think it's. I want to say it's potassium triphosphate. Yes, it was okay. So it was potassium triphosphate, which is a hygroscopic white material, granular or powder, soluble in water. Okay, soluble in water, which means it dissolves in water. It doesn't fucking degrade. It stays potassium triphosphate.
Steve, you're preaching to the choir.
But herp-a-derp, Steve, that's where you're wrong. It says it's solvent. It doesn't dissolve.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's like when the fucker is like, well, Steve doesn't know anything about these topics. Well, motherfucker, I did know about him at one time, far more than you did, son of a bitch.
Yo, Steve. Steve. So apparently, it's fine. Apparently, mineral oil is less dense, but water transfers heat better.
Yeah, I was reading that. I just looked it up too. I think that right. The water transfers heat better, but oil stays at a more constant temperature.
So the cooling is
very difficult. Hold on a minute. If you're also using this in your computer system, you have to look at your fittings, like your silicone sealant rings.
Yeah.
The oil can break those
pizza?
down.
My pizza's not burned.
Yeah, but
I didn't burn my pizza. That's good pizza.
No, I don't mean like use mineral oil in the loops, right? I'm talking about just having like the whole motherboard and all the components just dunked in mineral oil in a chance to just fill with it and like design somewhat of a cooling system for it. But I'm pretty sure it would be harder. Huh?
Are we talking about liquid cooling systems for PCs?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about mineral oil cooling, not the traditional.
What would be the benefits? I'm sorry about the new question.
Mineral oil doesn't conduct electricity at all. So you can theoretically, you can literally like dump your PC in mineral oil and it'll run. The thing is that it's the cooling part, like cooling the actual oil itself and getting the flow like moving. That's the issue about it, right?
Yeah, but wouldn't it become, sorry again for the new question, but I'm just wondering, wouldn't it become viscous if you made it that cold?
If I made it what?
if you cooled it, wouldn't it become like thick and viscous?
No.
No?
Nope.
Oh. That sounds like an awesome idea then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some builds out there.
See, this is why I stick to consoles.
No way.
I have a console too.
I collect retro consoles as a hobby, and I repair them as well.
How much do you reckon I could get for a BBC Micro? Working condition with about 50 games still working?
I have no idea. I don't think I've ever owned that particular console. And I've never sold them either.
I think it was the first actual console that ever came out. We had to wait half an hour for a game to load.
All right, so technically what Anarchy is really doing here is not collecting. It's technically called dragging junk home from other people's garbages.
No, I collect them and I play them.
But you've never sold them.
Yeah, I wouldn't get
Meaning
rid of them.
you acquire them. You drag them home out of somebody else's garbage.
I've never gotten them out of the garbage. Well, maybe one or two.
Okay.
You see how much this motherboard costs? Shit looks fucking expensive.
Although I am a bit of a pack rat, I can see 15 consoles from where I'm sitting.
How many old newspapers do you have?
Oh, I don't collect those.
Okay, all right, good. Umbrellas?
No.
Old tennis balls you find in the street.
No.
Are you just looking for an excuse to say balls?
Yeah, you never need an excuse to say balls. Again.
Come to.
Boy, did the quality of my hangouts go down today?
So Monday.
Yeah.
You have no one to blame but Geist.
What? I did nothing.
I second that. Blame Geist.
I just watched a little bit of a video with Jonathan McLatchy on the panel with Dr. Ross. And I'm like, well, fuck, we can get Dr. Ross on. Why won't McLatchy? He actually blocked Wayne. And then he said to me, he says, what do you make you think I'm a young earther? And I'm like, you're not a young earther, you're a kid. And I was like, we're trying to get you on so you can talk about Gulab with fucking Fiona. I don't think he likes Fiona too much. McLatchy would have been cool, though. You guys remember him? No? No? Okay.
Sorry, who?
Jonathan McLatchy.
No, I haven't.
He was a biologist that said some really stupid shit back in the day and got his ass handed to him.
Okay.
He still never really kind of copped up to it.
Thoroughly debunked.
Oh, yeah. No, he set up pseudogene, which could be reactivated in situ, in vitro, I should say, in vivo. And the problem with that is it's transcribed, so there's no way to actually reactivate it. It's missing exons. It's missing like exons 1 through 6 or something, and some other ones. And it never is transcribed. You'd have to get a transcription for it in order to do anything to change it. Well, if there's no transcription, you can't change it. So therefore, you can never reactivate Gulab. And he realized this after Fiona and her Glasgow skeptics had pointed out to him that the damn thing was missing promoter region and exons, and it could never be transcribed. And he subsequently had taken back what he said, but he didn't ever apologize to him. As a matter of fact, he ended up blocking all of them. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, of all your friends I've met on the Hangout, yeah, I'll take anything from any of you any day of the week, but the one person I do not want to be fucking chewed out by is Fiona.
Oh God, she would.
Don't get me wrong, but I've watched her rip into people, and it's the most entertaining.
Her and Jade, you don't want to be on the shitstorm end of that. Trust me.
Her and who?
Jade West.
I don't think I've met her.
I've listened to Fiona when she's in Hangouts with Skylar Fiction, and she is a terrifying woman.
Yeah. But she's so smart as well. And, I don't know. she's one of those people that I really, really want to like get to talk to properly, like I talk to you, Steve. But at the same time, and I don't mind admitting this, I find her kind of intimidating.
Really? Why? She's very down to earth.
Yeah, I know she is, but like you know, I often put my foot in my mouth quite a bit, and I do not want to be chewed out by her.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's not like that at all. No, she chews out people that you know portray themselves to be something they're not, then corrected by experts. They fucking retreat into, you know, and say, "Oh, you're wrong, Fiona." Yet Fiona's been correct, and that's you know annoying. I don't blame her for that.
No, I don't blame her at all, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know why it is, but she seems lovely. But she's the one person I never want to get chewed out.
Don't make her mad. I've been on the receiving end. We all have. Yeah, it sucks.
Fiona's never chewed me out before.
No, I've spent more time with her.
I mean, there's that one time when she corrected me, but
sorry.
I mean, it wasn't like bad or anything like that. I do understand why she would get frustrated, though, considering, like, it's like what Multiple said, right? Like, she has, like, real in-depth knowledge on shit, and when she hears people talking bullshit, and she does her best to break things down, and they're still not getting it, it's really irritating.
I've seen her. I have seen her be very, very patient explaining things to people, and I love that side of her. But then she reaches a point, and you can see in her head she's just clicked that this guy's just going to continue to be a moron, and that's it. The teeth come out, and that's just like epic level destruction.
Well, the reality is, you know, when a PhD is telling you something in their field, if you don't believe them, that's one thing. You might, you know, you're like, okay, I'm not sure, but I'm going to go check it out. I get that, right? But the chances are that person is going to be correct. Okay, not always. Look at Tompkins; he's completely wrong about human cross number 2.
Yeah.
But the difference is, you know, they cannot show Fiona to be wrong, right? We can show Tompkins to be wrong. It's not impossible. I mean, for the average person, we can definitely show how to do it. And then on the other side, they're like, well, Tompkins never been disproven, and we're like, you guys are idiots. You're not even understanding why he's disproven. Right? We can show you why he's disproven. You just have to be smart enough to understand why. They're not. It's simple as that. They're just not. And so the difference is when Fiona says something, she has a really good track record, right? And so when these idiots have never graduated fucking high school, tell her she's wrong. It's like, are you kidding me?
Don't get me wrong. I've got enough respect for you, Fiona, Geis, and a few other people here. I've got mad respect because you guys are like some of the cleverest people I've ever spoken to, and
I'm clever. I like that.
It's like I look at these people who keep trying to contradict you and stuff, and I just think, just give it up. Just piss off.
Dude,
we all love Fiona.
Sick.
Everybody loves Fiona.
Who would you say has got the biggest ass kicking from Fiona that you've seen?
True.
Darwin's deity.
Who?
Darwin's deity. Go look at Darwin's Greatest Hits and go find the video where Darwin's had accused her of like Catholics praying to Mary, and there's a video on her explaining this Darwin's eats his own words tremendously. He looks like a fucking idiot. She took his words, shoved them so far up his ass, they were coming out his ears.
He was spitting them out the next few
days. It was one of the beautiful takedowns of all time.
Sounds so condescending.
He is. Go watch that video. I'm telling you, I don't remember what it's called. You have to find it. It's on Darwin's Greatest Hits.
Steve, while you
but you'll see. I think it's Fiona's picture on it. It was a beautiful takedown.
Let me get this straight. Not only is he a dumb prick, but he's condescending on top of that.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, innit?
Yo, Steve, this bill is for you. While you talk, just look at the pictures.
That is a beautiful build. That is beautiful.
Yeah, that is nice.
Did you see the one?
Yeah. Did you design that and build it yourself, or is that? Oh, you know, that's not one of yours.
No, that's no.
That's high. That's hardcore. How many fans?
It just has like just that one at the base. Let me go back and show you. This is liquid cooled though.
Clearly, yeah, I can tell that.
All right.
But yeah, that's pretty badass.
See that? These are the
night guys.
Night, buddy.
Night. Yeah,
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna watch Lucifer.
It's located.
Yeah, that's a beast, man.
Dude, shit is crazy. This is the frame that I want to buy, but I never pictured like doing anything this nuts on it. Like,
yeah,
this is pretty cool. I would actually buy this, or have the guy send me instructions on how to do this.
This is the tower that I'm building next. This is my next pet project. Is that, and the only reason I'm getting this tower, you can't see it here, but inside the entire thing is held by rivets, and it's
that's nice.
You can put any part of that machine anywhere you want. You can build it in any direction, any way. It's all open plan, and I absolutely love that. Here's another picture of it. That you see the rivets on the side and on the back.
Yeah,
you can just fit anything you want anywhere. It's beautiful, and that's why I want this cake. It's the Thermaltake Ergo Master, and it is just beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a Lee and Lee.
Not a bad way to spend $180.
No, that's it. Not bad. Ludic, man, you came at a bad time.
Oh, things are ending, are they? Closing up shop?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm winding things up. I'm going to watch Lucifer. Just came out.
I love
Plus, I got nobody watching. Everybody died. No.
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah, no, I know. Monday has statistically been the worst days of Hangouts.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
the worst. In fact, I can go back in my AdSense and I can look and I can tell you without even looking at my calendar what days were Mondays. Check it out right. Because the traffic is so low on Mondays, and there's not anywhere else either. So let's see here. Where are we at here? Yeah. So today, I mean, okay, the total amount for revenue was 88 cents. Last Monday was 85 cents. Before that was 59 cents. So yeah, I mean, and most of the time it'll be like at least $1.50 to $2. So Mondays are historically it's horrible. I don't know how they factor the RPM, because maybe also the RPMs change on Mondays, because the weekends tend to be a little higher, it looks like, and not Thursdays. No, Saturdays. I think Saturdays are my highest days. Yeah, it looks like Saturdays are my best days.
Hey, Steve, I got an early morning tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night.
All right,
yeah, I'm going to be into this too. So anyways, shalom. I am going to...
Steve, what time is it for you guys there?
It's almost 8 o'clock.
Well, I got to be up at 2.
In the evening.
I'm going to go ahead and take off.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right, man.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, anyways, Sugar, love you, girl. Thank you, Uology. Thank you for listening. I'm just going to call it a day today. Mondays. So, anyways, I love you guys. Love you, Sugar. I'm glad to see you around. I wish you'd come in more.
Thank you for allowing me back in.
Oh yeah, of course, Anarchy. Pleasure to have you. Seriously, we need more different voices. And Ludic, pop in more often. But anyways, I am ending this. So everybody, wave goodbye to Sugar. She's like the only one left listening. So it's like everybody else abandoned me. Night, sweetie.